I just want to post this in case any of you haven't seen it yet.
I love that video. Ooh, what did you just say?
What is this drawing?
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success.
Epic fail.
It's hard to overstate my satisfaction.
His name is Dutch.
Do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
Aru!
Ooh.
Okay, I gotta send that to my wife.
I'm not even angry.
That made my day, Nova.
People are just having a fucking field day with the whole program. It's a website. You can just do it whenever. It's absolutely wonderful.
God, I love Pimations.
She's gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you?
What is this drawing?
Well, look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run, there is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. And while you're dying, I'll be still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive.
Oh my god, somebody animated it!
Yes, yes, they did. It was great.
We posted it at the same time.
We did.
Oh, hey, Zim.
Yes.
Steel Faith Overhaul, one of the biggest mod overhauls for Warhammer 2. Their upcoming patch, which should be out soon, modifies some of the Skaven that got a little bit less love since the DLCs, like Clan Wars and Clan Rictus. Like Queek gets special clan rat units and stuff like that, and a special currency to spend on buffs for his army. I'm not sure what Trash Craventail does, but I think he buffs Storm Vermin a bit more.
Are there any plans yet?
I think you've got that backwards. Queek is all about the Storm Vermin, Tretch is all about clan rats. But cool.
Tretch is about Skaven slaves, actually, but he has some buffs for Storm Vermin.
I always believed that Tretch was more about clan rats. I do know that Throt is all about the slaves, though.
Fraught was about making slaves into quote-unquote frotlings, so you could either use them as mass suicide troops or fodder. But no, there's like there's the actual clan Moors, clan rats, which are double mace clan rats, or you can get the mace and shield variant, which are armor piercing. Which is actually gives Queek a bit of a better early game, especially if he wants to go north and fight the dwarves.
I just know I started off a campaign of Throt in the whatever you call it, the Storm one.
The Vortex?
The Vortex. And I am literally surrounded by people that want me dead. Brutally and entirely dead. Because I made the mistake of pissing off all of the Dark Elves. Apparently, the Dark Elves are somehow allied with Aelith, who I thought he was, despised Dark Elves. But somehow in my playthrough, he's allied with them, and they brought him into the war.
Aleph and R?
Yeah.
That is weird.
I managed to confederate Tretch, so that's a plus. But yeah, so I've got the Wood Elves to deal with, I've got Dark Elves, and I've got High Elves. All trying to murder me.
We definitely need to do a co-op campaign. I need to show everyone the wonders of Jim Rockets. Yes, yeah.
True glory. Eat green rock. Become God.
I have my Skaven Scribe glasses coming tomorrow, so
Hell yeah. I wish to see.
I'll try and take a presentable enough picture.
So I've been playing Sea of Thieves recently.
Yeah?
I'm not good at it by myself.
Yeah, being a one-man pirate's pretty difficult, I imagine.
Yeah, I was stopped at an island hunting for treasure, and then I get assaulted by a galleon.
Aw. That's annoying.
Me and my poor sloop.
Amazon Echo Skaven Edition. Alexa, what time is it? Time of rack. No. Oh, shut up, Alexa. I didn't actually ask you.
I can hear the muffled sounds inside the box.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back. I am Razim, and this is Echoes of Eberron Dungeons and Dragons. So last time all we did was just get on the lightning rail, ride it for a bit, and then we had to chase down a fire elemental and re-tame it for the train.
There was also that bit where Dusty ended up self-mutilating himself quite a bit and made rather poor deal with the Fury.
I tried to forget about that one.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the big airship slowly coming towards it.
That's very true. The gigantic ominous airship, which is currently kind of making its way back towards, following you back towards Sharn.
It's okay, I'm flipping it the bird.
But all right. Any other intros to be done, or should we get right into it?
I'm drawing spikes.
I think that's good.
Well, alrighty, Rooney. Also, yeah, at some point, Rosalind kind of absorbed at least a little part of a godlike entity, so she's got that going for her.
It's an interesting adventure.
For sure. All right. So
I'm back.
we'll pick up this session as you guys are slowly kind of rumbling into the station in Sharn. You're quite a ways off the ground as the lightning rail kind of makes its way across almost a small sea of these elevated pylons, acting almost like a free-form sort of switchyard as it slowly kind of shunts the train over, directing it down a set of tracks that leads it into a rather long open-air station. The bustle of people outside well evident, as well as what looks to be a very well equipped and trained regiment of Cannith artificers. Not the military type; they look like the fixing type. And as you remember, you tried to fix up the carriage as best you could, but there were still some big things that were wrong with it. So it seems that that's why they're here. But otherwise, you make it off the carriage without much issue.
Thought we ended last session on a train.
We did. This is where we're starting as you guys arrive.
Holy crap, we got all sorts of stuff going on here.
When you said carriage, I thought you meant a different kind of carriage.
Not a train carriage.
Okay.
There's just tons of fucking ethereal influence going off right now.
No influence. Toshime, thank you very much for completing the donation goal. So I guess now we've got a barrel of condensed lamb sauce. which Dova is
Again?
chuckling maniacally about. Well, we didn't actually play
Hello.
last time that we did that.
Oh, yeah. Now I realize, yeah.
Well, alrighty, Rooney.
But yeah.
Can I have 25 kobolds, one for each month?
It's 25 months.
Yeah, I've been sub for 25 months.
Oh.
Welcome home.
Really confused there
Safanara
for a sec.
and Cobalt, thank you both for the resubs.
Yeah.
I'll just clone Yark 25 times.
God, please don't.
Make some of them cobalt, though.
So, as everything's getting offloaded, you notice a few very well-equipped spell rights.
It's a Dusty.
Oh, hey, Dusty, what's up?
We have acquired a single Dusty.
The gang's all here. Dusty, we're picking up as you're arriving in Sharn. As all of your stuff is getting offloaded from the train. You see a handful of mage rights using fairly robust-looking, large sort of arcane rod focuses. So, basically about the size of a large, maybe a fishing pole, but looking much more robust as they're directing large pallets and various crates from the handful of cargo cars that make up the train. One of them is your very clearly marked fragile in many different languages crate, which contains quite a bit of water and the crest blue abalone, which you have fought so hard to get.
Sinel is going to pull off the sticker that's in French. You know, fragile.
No, that's Italian.
Oh, Italian. Okay, yeah.
Italian, yeah.
Eberron doesn't even have a France or Italy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Very true, very true.
The viewers can fix that.
Mm.
Please no.
No.
We'll have another French
Breland's
baker.
like England and Germany combined, which I don't think the English and the Germans like each other that much. I know isn't the French.
I mean, my boyfriend's German, if that counts.
I think that does count.
I will refrain from comment about the French stuff.
Well, all right. So, what you guys up to? From your own calculations, by meaning a calendar, as I open up the calendar in mine, the banquet itself is tomorrow. And by the time you arrive, it is about, I'd say it's late morning, maybe 10 a.m.
Well, I assume Yark was gonna head straight for whatever. He gave us the tickets to go in if we wanted to.
Yeah.
I had a specific goal in mind when I went to Sharn. It's up to everyone else what they're doing.
Yeah, I'd probably go directly to the banquet place to start setting up.
All right. One of the cargo handlers will basically make sure that whatever or the crate that you've shipped makes it there as well.
Or I could just carry it.
He'll kind of back away as he sees you just lift it with the power of your own mind.
Sharn is the one with like the different levels, right?
Correct.
The
Where's my cheat sheet? Oh, where did it go? My giant cheat sheet full of all various Sharn things.
Plus Sharn map.
Because As per tradition, Zerk's gonna go look over the edge.
That's a wisdom saving throw, my man.
It is.
Oh, is this my cheat sheet? No, that's my 40k kill team roster.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
Which kill
Adeptus
team?
Adeptus Mechanicus that I haven't touched in forever.
Yeah, they might. I don't know if kill team got updated for 9th edition yet, or
Oh, probably not. I'd be surprised if it was.
No one at the store plays 40k anymore. They've apparently they all got burned out and have moved on to Sigmar for a while.
Maybe it's up here. Yeah, I had an Eberron cheat sheet and I lost it. I'm rustling my papers now.
I still loved how my Custodes kill team, which consisted of 3 Custodes, beat a team of 8 Tau.
You are not prepared.
Apparently not. I was like, I'm so excited because they go to Sharn, and I love Sharn personally. But I guess I was too dumb to actually have that cool cheat sheet ready, so I guess we're just going without it for now. Actually, it's worse than that because it's all of Eberron cheat sheet.
The
It's got,
PDF?
like- no, I think I have a PDF somewhere. I can just dig around
Oh,
for
'cause
that.
I still have the PDF.
Ooh,
He needs to find the right leaf.
I do. I bet you I have it in my big 3-ring binder.
Ooh, fancy. It's got 3 rings.
Not 3 rings. It's like a flexible thing.
3 rings to rule them all. No, 1 ring to rule them all, and 3 rings to buy them. New Gandalf's 3-ring binder.
My Angel and Demon MTG collection is in a 4-ring binder. I've got you one up there, Nova.
When you snap the ring shut, it turns invisible.
I found it. There it is. Come here, bud.
So we
Alright.
just hear an ominous tearing sound.
It's actual physical paper.
Ooh, old school.
Sorry, leaves. Just a big old leaf.
Ancient school.
That way you can put it in your feathers when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it in his nest when he's done, you mean?
Very true. All right. So, where exactly would you like to go in Sharn? Here's Lower Sharn.
And now
Middle
it's the
Sharn.
background.
Oh, I don't think you're... Because there's four different levels.
And now it's the background.
Now that one's the background. Let me see. So there's Lower Sharn, there's Middle Sharn, there's Upper Sharn. And there's one more. I'm throwing all these levels at you. And this one is very important for you, Yark. As it is where the banquet is being held. That's a very small picture. What in tarnation? How did that happen?
I accidentally removed the Lower Sharn map because
Same.
I sent too many things as background.
I would like to go to Hope's Peak.
Academy?
Now, Upper Sharn.
Dragon Towers Guildhall District.
I don't know how big this is going to be for you.
I got a box of the question.
Quiet.
Oh, never mind. It's right
Oh,
there.
there it goes. Brilliant
this is the
Azure.
tippy top.
Those are-
That's
those are
the
very,
Skyway.
Yeah, interesting names.
And that whole district isn't actually touching the ground. Both of them. It's a collection of connected by bridges, various floating towers, and entire plazas and districts. But for most people, even setting foot in that district is a very, very lofty goal, quite literally. Most of the actual pure land area is dedicated to various parks, sort of large open air pavilions showing illusionary plays, often actually being done in a different continent altogether and just being broadcast here, basically.
It's magic.
Correct. Fun, everyday magic. Rosalind, where are we going?
Hope's Peak.
All right. What district is that in? Or what level?
Upper Sharn.
Upper Sharn, gotcha. All right. You go to Hope's Peak. Are you going to walk or are you going to take a sky coach? By the way, Rosalind. Oh, you've been here before. Never mind.
I have been here before.
Gotcha.
Twice, in fact.
Remember the first? Okay. So.
The second time was when we were buying sheep.
Oh, right. I remember that now. Zerth, you managed to avoid falling off the edge.
He has grown stronger since the last time he's here.
Do you have the coins? Do you have those goddamn coins, Earth?
Nope! You think he would learn since last time? And then he's gonna proceed to go on his own epic quest through town.
Okay.
And
Woohoo, split the party.
This is important for me to note. Yark says to make sure to say goodbye to everyone before we all split up. Also,
He's
which
gonna
district is he going to be in? Azure or Brilliant?
The Azure.
Which colorful block is the Banquet taking part in?
Likely it's going to be the one on the very bottom. The big green circle.
Ah, awesome.
The banquet itself, it's called the Banquet of the 13th House. As
Getting real Skaven vibes there.
I know, right? As it wasn't really intended to be at first to be an actual diplomatic event. It was just meant to be kind of a fun thing, but it's over time kind of grown to be this meeting of all the different houses in a sort of neutral environment. At least a little bit. Once the wine starts flowing, all bets are off. Rosalind, where are you going?
Yep. Hope's Peak.
All right. I mean, like after. Where in Hope's Peak are you headed? Hope's Peak is a fairly quiet, sort of serene place.
Basically gonna look around and see. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Answers mostly. So, like, wherever my gut takes me, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Oh boy. Is religion really intelligent?
Yep.
Weird, huh?
Nice.
Look at that. So. Let me see. Actually, just shuffling papers around.
You're not a lawyer, Dova.
It gives an illusion.
It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something all right. All right, so after kind of wandering for a little bit, you end up kind of stumbling through the large open doors of a dark, quiet, just gigantic library. As you enter, you go through a very short hallway with a handful of what look to be groups here from the university, as well as priests talking quietly amongst themselves as they kind of browse the various shelves, which are stacked upon themselves 10 times over. A handful of drifting lights follow patrons around as they kind of peruse some of the darker sections of the library. You arrive at one of these railings and kind of look up, and you can see that it's a circular section. The section in the middle is circular and completely open, 5 stories up and 10 stories down. And at the bottom, and kind of interspersed between on some of these floors, is a central sort of reading and note-taking section. But it's very quiet. You can hear the sounds of rustling papers and various sort of muttering incantations as various mage rites, spellsmiths, and other arcane folk practice either inscribing various bits of knowledge or spells themselves. But aside from that, being probably one of the larger libraries in Sharn, and possibly even Breland itself, it is in fact the temple to Aurion, representing law and lore.
Well, at least the law part is fine. God, I have stumbled into my arch nemesis
Books.
reading. Yeah. I guess I'll look up anything on Ractal Cache if I can.
All right. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh boy, my other bad roll.
You rolled fine on religion.
Yep, but that's because I'm actually proficient in it. Like, I'm still at -1 intelligence.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad at all. Going through, do you ask any of the bookkeepers for help? Or would this be sort of a solo endeavor?
I guess I'll have to, but like, I'm probably gonna be wary about my reasoning for saying so, because as far as I know, like he seemed like a bit of a bad guy. So.
You'd be led to a fairly small selection of fairly dusty tomes. And digging through the super sort of dry language of it all, one of which you can't even read despite it being in letters that you recognize. The actual phrasing is so different to the common that you know that it's almost impossible to parse. And what you manage to sort of sift through, it's information that more or less you already knew. Quite a long time ago, before the formations of the modern nations, the overlords, Ractal being one of them, ruled over the lands and the people therein. not very nice guys. Raktul-Kesh especially. Sparking various individual wars between entire continents just for kicks and giggles, basically. As through violence he finds satisfaction. You don't manage to find anything about like weaknesses or exactly where he was sealed away, but you gather that he, at the end of the Age of Overlords, he was split and sealed away in various parts of the world.
All right. I will peel Dusty off the tome because for some reason he's there. No, I'm kidding.
Book tasted good.
I will go on to try and find stuff about more overlords and Kyber itself. You can give somebody else some spotlight time if you want right now.
Okay. Zerth and perhaps / Dusty and also Sinnel. What are you guys doing?
I can go last.
Okay. Dusty or Sinnel?
Yep.
All right, Dusty. What are you doing? You've basically got I wouldn't say free time, but the banquet is tomorrow, and I don't think you have anything to put on as far as clothes go.
Yep. So I guess he's going to look for a tailor.
You know, that
right.
was actually one of the things I was going to do.
All right.
Oh, you guys can go together.
There you go. Zerth, do you have a nice suit?
Yes.
You had one at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, you did to negotiate the various war bonds and stuff.
Yep. Fancy gator. So he's
Now, may I remind you all of the dress code? We're going business maximum synergy limit break over formal.
Post the picture again. We need to see
I remember
I'm posting the picture
also.
it. Must see it.
I believe it's in tabletop image. Or at least it should be.
Can I
I
just?
guess I
can
never
just do
posted
this?
in there.
There we go.
I'm not. This might actually only call for business demi-magnate hyperformal.
Okay, good to know. It's
Good not
definitely
to
important not
overdress
to mix
for
the two up.
occasion, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I will post it in the tabletop image channel this time.
Business
love
maximum
the-
synergy
I-
limit break over formal looks like something that'd be worn in Lancer core worlds.
Yeah, that'd be Lancer shit.
I do like
Yeah.
the subtlety of a business mega formal though. Black tie.
The next step.
So I believe that there is actually glamour weave in one of the supplements.
I know. Oh wait, I know Xanathar's has a common magic item, which is like a cloak of many fashions. You can just change it to look however you want. I wouldn't be
that.
surprised if,
There's that too.
I wouldn't be surprised if the rich folk had ones for actual entire outfits.
Oh yeah. That is a very reasonable assumption. Let's take a little look. So, how are you guys gonna go get dressed? What sort of fashion are you guys going for? Because as a reminder, you can.
Apparently, we're gonna go to a tailor and find business demi-magnate hyperformal.
Nice flowing robes, or rather, a very well fitted main suit, along with plenty of various accoutrements, a nice hat, flowing scarves and ribbons, and whatever sort of very flashy, but yet still remaining tasteful bits of illusory magic.
Sindel is
Perhaps
going
maybe-
to despise this.
Cool blue flames, or perhaps for you, Sinel, as you guys have made your way to a nice arcane tailor, kind of look. The inside is just awash with various bolts of fabric that all seem to move in their own sort of very subtle ways. Some of them shimmering like the bottom of a fast-moving shallow river. Others looking like the sort of a very lush treetop canopy in a faint breeze. Others are just rippling with electric energy, all of it kind of harmless and just sort of wispy. But no matter how you want your clothes to look, it looks like they could do it. As they're looking over you and getting good measurements, kind of poking and prodding, various little tape measures clicking and clacking as they just sort of extend and retract.
You can always tell which guests are peacocking at these events because they'll walk in with like giant illusionary angel wings.
Or an actual sort of like peacock bustle.
Just
Or an actual peacock on a leash.
Or an actual peacock on a leash.
What you got there? A peacock. A smoothie.
Smoothie. I got a spell shard. But
It's
yeah,
not-
Glamour Weave itself is technically a common item. However, if you want the illusionary patterns and effects to extend past the fabric itself out into space, rather sort of physical space rather than outer space, it would be an uncommon magic item. So a full suit, a full ensemble of very fancy, very flashy glamour weave would be about 200 Galifars, especially on such short order. But a more tasteful suit would run only about 80 Galifars.
That's a lot.
But when you make a charisma check, you can add a D4.
No, Sindel
Brad.
just looks at it as a lot because he is never going to wear this again.
I mean, you could
Or-
rent something, but it's not going to fit right.
Or you can just like fall in love with it and wear it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
He might wind up wearing it every single day just because he paid a lot of money for it.
We're talking high society here,
I mean,
guys.
just put a top hat and a monocle on it. You could be sophisticated, Martin.
Literally high society. I point up to the clouds.
One of the people next to you just kind of looks at you and like, what the fuck?
I would like to use my my newfound god powers to reach through the cosmos and grab Yark and yeet him into the nearest timeout lake.
I can't. I'm cooking.
Go ahead and give me a divine intervention.
I don't have that stat, Nova. We've been over this.
You just roll.
It's based on your
roll-
cleric
roll
level.
for-
Just go ahead and roll based on your cleric level. If you roll
Roll for
below it,
percentile.
you're good. Well, you got that's a D100.
Oh.
You do not
65.
manage to invoke your divine right.
What if it was 69 though?
God, I might have just allowed it. 69 is the best number. That's the sex number.
I don't know. I'd say that's the best 2-digit number. Once we get to 3 digits, I put my money on 621.
I was gonna say 420, but okay.
I was gonna go
You go
666.
there. Ooh, yeah.
Okay, let's move on from this. You know,
Just thinking Iron Maiden now. All right, so what sort of styles you guys going for? This is important.
Dusty's going for a more subdued, don't look at me style. Basically, he wants a hood and half a mask to cover his, or to cover the wound on the part of his face he gouged out.
Oh,
And
what
a
about
hood
what about a
to
hat
cover
with a veil?
his.
I thought you don't have those anymore.
He's got their sort of. The Fury
I thought that Fury healed
healed
you all.
them, but they look like scar tissue now.
Yeah, it looks very rough.
I'm sure glamour makeup exists. For
No,
specifically stuff like
no.
that.
Instead of a hood, how about, well, look at this nice hat. I could have it extrude mist from the brim, concealing
Okay.
your face like a veil.
Okay, but does it cover my ears? And you'll point out the
Oh, we can make
problem.
it fit.
Well, alright then. I guess we'll try it.
A nice top hat. Or a wide top. We'll figure something out.
Alright, viewers, if you ever want to draw Dusty in a suit, now's the time.
Dusty in a suit. With most of his face, like, with half his face covered by something.
Hmm.
Because one of my eyes is red, I'll have you know. That is not great.
Not the most regal look. However,
Oh,
there are probably
Jackson said Dusty of the Opera. What if you get like one of those half masks?
That's what he asked for, a half
look at
mask.
a half
Oh.
mask. Ooh, I could work with that for sure.
Well, alright then.
Now, since you're going with a more subdued glamour weave, or at least are you going to want any glamour weave at all, or is it going to be all mundane clothing?
I think mundane is fine. I'm not.
Mundane.
I'll probably not wear this too much.
Okay.
Or, well, maybe I will wear this. Maybe this will be my new casual clothing. Because I am a disaster to look at right now.
Very
I
true.
mean, it
All right,
being
since it's
magical.
mundane, then it'll only be 50 Galifars.
Okay.
But
So-
go ahead and add a was it business magnate hyper casual or hyper formal? Extremely fancy clothes with a half mask.
So, are these actually considered magical items?
They would be. They don't need any attunement.
So basically, they're indestructible then.
I don't think common. You see, there's a difference between magic items and wondrous items.
These are they're certainly more resilient than mundane clothing. They wouldn't be quite indestructible.
All right.
The magic in them just makes them look fantastic.
Sinel is going to go for something comfortable. Something that he can move in.
Okay.
If they try and put him into something that restricts his movement, he will not be happy.
Well, what about some nice flowing robes? Now, they won't look like a bathrobe, I promise.
Okay, but can I climb in them?
You're going to a party, yes?
Well, yes, but what if I need to get to the high ground?
He's paranoid.
I see. Anyways,
did go together.
I think I might be able to get some sort of nice hybrid traveling clothes. I've done so for at least a few gentlemen in the past who wanted some versatility out of their glamour weave.
Now we're talking. That's more like what I would enjoy having.
Have you considered shift weave?
What is that?
Well, depending on exactly what sort of styles you want, I can basically fit more than one outfit into a single outfit. Let's say while out on and about, walking with perhaps one's maiden, it starts to rain. Then, instead of reaching into your bag, procuring an umbrella, or trying to clamber for cover, you instead simply speak the command word and your outfit is suddenly rainproof, sprouting a hood and a nice shawl.
What about her then?
Well, she could be wearing something similar.
Okay.
Or, instead of using your umbrella for yourself, you give it to her. I'll tell you what. That's an
Or you
excellent move.
Or you pull this tab on the shoulder and an umbrella pops out until the side next to you.
Ooh, I like this.
And it's much more versatile than a dry brooch.
We do have influence, Tova.
All right.
Hey, Zerth.
Yeah.
So, it's been fun, but I think it might be time to get this weird slime out of me. He whispers to him, I'm running out of attunement slots.
Zerf just pats her head and your head's just kind of squishy. I think that is probably the best.
The tailor all of a sudden just kind of snaps their fingers like, oh, I'm silly. You're an adventurer. How about
Yes, I am.
a nice suit with perhaps the same armor you're wearing hidden beneath it. It might make you look a little bit bloated, but I'm sure that you'll find the security quite nice.
Just put the bloated parts in the like shoulders and chest and make it more muscular looking.
Okay, I'm liking the sounds of this. How will the capability to the maneuvering go with it?
Well, there certainly would be some trade-offs. If push comes to shove and you simply have to move, then I can set it so that some of the seams tear quite easily.
Okay.
To maintain a nice look while things are calm, but also it'd be very easy to when
spring into action.
Yes.
Now
Phantom voice.
So the shift weave, you were saying that it could change through a few different options. So I could possibly have that set up? Where it shifts to something that's a lot less encumbersome?
I've never incorporated shift weave into armor. Is yours already magically enchanted?
Great question. Let me just find it here in my massive inventory.
Because if so, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to work past the various enchantments to get my own to stick.
You know, I've been thinking I could use some new armor anyways. Okay, my current armor is not magical. So, actually, I would like to get some magical armor.
Well then.
Perhaps something...
I wouldn't be able to make it more resilient or anything. However, I could integrate a bit of shift weave into it for you. And work around the restrictions of the armor at least a little bit. But I think I could make it work.
I think you have yourself a deal.
Wonderful. All right. So shift weave itself is a common item. Up to 5 different outfits can be embedded into the cloth.
I was thinking
5.
something kind of like camouflage for one. You know, something that would blend in well with the trees.
Okay.
And forest settings. Of course,
Certainly
obviously,
a formal one.
So yes, a formal one for whatever this is that I'm being dragged to.
Water resilient traveling clothes.
Yes, that is very good as well.
Perhaps some relaxed wear. Some nice, rather well cushioned and warm apparel for perhaps carriage rides.
Yes, that would be good.
And there's one left, which if you are wearing armor, perhaps one where there's just very minimal clothing to allow for quick movements.
Yes, that would be good.
Wonderful, that makes 5. Do you have any requests as far as fashion goes otherwise, or shall I use my best judgment as to what might look best on you?
Nothing too crazy, but what would look best on me, because I don't know fashion.
Very well, very well. I think I can make it work. And you need it by tomorrow, you say?
Is that when it is? He turns over to Dusty.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, then yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, ooh. I can make it work, but it's going to be a little bit pricey. For that, and for integrating it, I will require... Let me see...
8 million Gallimers.
No strange phantom voice. With the standard house charge applied, that would be 195 Gallifars. Which I'll assume that you can afford since you are shopping at such an establishment.
Yes, I can do that.
Perfect. If you choose, you can pay up front, and I promise I will have it ready for you early morning, by the time the sun rises.
Starts counting crowns.
Yep. He just starts pulling out Gallifars. Ooh!
Alright.
Great idea. Might as well get rid of some of those sovereigns.
Oh, no.
Oh, you want crowns. Okay.
I would prefer Gallifars.
You're gonna make me raise the price, you know.
Very well.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah?
So, now, I'm guessing my mithril half-plate armor that I ordered months ago in preparation for this event is probably done by now, correct?
Oh, certainly.
Yes. Adamantine is just too clunky. I can't wear my chef's jacket over it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. As you basically get one of the chain shirts from Lord of the Rings.
Is that where mithril is?
As far as function goes.
Okay.
But it would be still half plate, but very, very light and fairly inobtrusive.
Nice.
Wow, it's the last time I buy it with a gift. Gee.
Well, I'm still gonna have it. It's just I can't wear my chef's jacket over it.
Compromise, don't wear your chef's jacket.
Battle Chef.
Yeah, just go into the kitchen with your adamantite half plate on and a chef's hat. You'll be fine.
I will never take crits in the kitchen.
All right, so Sinnel and Dusty, you've placed your orders, and you are actually. There's one more thing to consider. DeSoda needs to wear something.
Oh, it's true.
While you were getting fitted, DeSoda was also getting fitted. Being a very polite...
Why? Why, Dova?
What?
Sinnel, you can't have your dog go in there naked.
Exactly.
It's indeed
He needs a
He
collar
has
and a
a
bow tie.
collar.
With a bow tie? I don't think so.
He needs a bow tie and a top hat.
A small bowler's hat.
Yeah.
one of those really thin. He also needs a tuxedo.
If
One
we
of the
don't-
ones that doesn't have sleeves or pants. It's just a
Siddle's
shirt and a
just
jacket.
kind of.
if
I
a dog wore a
imagine us
tuxedo,
and
how would he wear it?
I kind of imagine Siddle and
Like this
DeSoto
or like
are
this,
both
and it's the same
sharing
picture.
looks of dread between each other.
I'm offering to make a little accessories for your companion free of charge.
Okay.
Since you did put in an order for tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to make sure he's looking sharp.
I guess I should get him to the groomers.
Go to the spa.
Yeah, we'll go to the spa for the rest of the evening.
All right. One of the large public bathhouses.
No, we got money. We might as well go fancy.
Ooh, a fancy bathhouse. Very nice, very nice. I believe Zerth, you've been waiting patiently.
No problem.
No problem. Go ahead. What are you doing?
All right. Well, I found the suit that Zerth wore, and it's better than I remembered, so that made me happy. So Zerth is gonna look to Ramses, nod, and he's gonna proceed to anybody who looks smarter than he is. Gonna walk up to him, looming over him, and lean real close and just goes, "Are you the one that hoots?"
The person who looks like they're carrying a briefcase and they have kind of small spectacles, but they look at you, and he kind of just says, "Am I what?"
Are you the one that hoots?
My God, saying that stone-faced. You are a bold man, Zerth.
If you-
No,
Question.
I don't hoot.
If you put a bow tie on Rasmus, does he become a Rowlet?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
And then he will proceed to go and continue this. And he is looking for somebody to teach him how to speak owl.
Well, let me tell you.
The one that hoots. Hoot.
So, as you're proceeding along, trying and failing to find someone who hoots, you see perched on a large, almost looks like a wooden pylon, amongst some of the Skycoach docks. You see preening its feathers and also holding a small book in a maintained mage hand. A giant owl with a small harness that seems to be carrying a handful of letters and scrolls in it.
Oh God, it's my childhood come back to haunt me. Every single English classroom had a picture of an owl and a book on it.
Zerth will go up to him and repeat, "Are you the one that hoots?" Dead straight, dead faced.
It stops, putting its wing back down, just kind of looks at you for a sec, kind of sitting out there on the wooden pylon. It's kind of stretched out over the abyss. Yes, I am. Kind of. May I ask, what's this about?
Yes, I, as he's just like gently petting Rasmus, going, "I would like to learn so I can communicate with my partner here better."
I can give you pointers, but I'm not sure he'd understand anything I have to say either.
tilt his head to the side.
Him and I only vaguely share the same
Genus.
Dialect.
dialect.
Vaguely.
All
Vaguely.
right, settle down. I'm self-conscious every single time I say that word now.
Don't be Dova. We love it when you say that.
We love it.
I love
I
Rook
don't
even more.
understand.
We
what's so
love it,
weird
Ova.
about
We
it?
love it.
I cannot hear what's so wrong about it.
We love the way you say your vag so vaguely.
Or
Anyways,
Roof and Roof. I love it.
anyways, he says, I don't believe he'd be smart enough to understand what I have to say.
Mm.
But we do share common body language.
Understand.
I am a very busy man, though. If you want me to give you some pointers, I will need compensation, as my time is valuable.
Understandable. I would not be asking this for free, of course. I know services are needed to be exchanged.
You have an offer to make?
As he stands there in silence.
I have. Does this look okay? Does this Al look like he would be into like scroll writing?
He does look like a cartographer type.
Okay.
You see amongst using your using the zoom on your arcane eye, you'd be able to see that some of his quite a few of the things in his possession have large land masses drawn on them. As far as some of the scrolls, you can see through the open sort of circular top. You'd see that a lot of the scrolls he's carrying are maps.
I see you are one of the world. I can offer this to you, and he will pull out the pristine manicore quill he has had forever.
Ooh.
I'm out of culture, I see. It should be the next words that come out of his mouth.
He takes a small step on like the pylon perch that he's on closer. As he kind of leans in, his rather giant eyes looking down on it before saying, I'd spend some time for that.
He'll,
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
I'll teach you what I know.
Greatly appreciated.
And he'll spend about the next 2 hours-ish teaching you about the various different body languages that you can expect to see from both Rasmus, as well as what you can do to sort of get your ideas across to him better. And just sort of general training tip. Go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Oh, that was almost a 19.
Still, that's pretty good. You think you're making some serious actual progress. If you hold your arm out in a certain way, you can get him to reliably perch on it. A lot of the time, you can have him sort of free fly around, and he'll only return to you when you sort of give him that little shrug of the shoulder that means to sort of that you're ready to have him land, as opposed to him just kind of doing whatever he wants and landing whenever he wants.
Gotcha.
You're still getting the hang of subtly kind of directing him in a direction. As right now, that's kind of the hardest thing to do, since he's still not quite grasping the whole pointing gesture, but you're getting there. I'd say after that, you'd have proficiency in animal handling only with Rasmus.
Okay, proficient in animal.
Also subtract the feather.
Yep.
So, did you know the dogs are one of the few animals that can actually understand what we mean when we point?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's the coolest shit ever.
Also, I love Rasmus, but Zerth, maybe you should have gotten one of those birds that like picks the food out of crocodile's teeth.
What are
uh,
those called?
I don't know what they're called, but then like Zerth never have to brush his teeth again, and he wouldn't have to feed the bird again.
yeah, but that's where I get my leftover snacks from.
The beard method.
Yep.
Save food for later.
Tried for true. Oh, also, he's gonna go buy a suit for Rasmus.
I don't know about the suit, maybe just a bow tie.
Why can't y'all be normal? Just bury your food in a tree from there.
I genuinely bring mine underwater and try to drown it.
Or like hold like 5 times the amount of food you can eat in your cheeks.
You must teach me that skill. And then that's kind of what the look I was generally getting idea for.
Where is it?
In our group chat. It's not in our group chat.
Oh, where'd you send it?
Where the hell? Wait, where the hell have I been posting it?
Oh, have
Is
you?
it media
you
sharing?
No, he posted it in tabletop image somehow. I didn't know. Oh, because
I didn't
the
even
ambassador.
select that.
Oh, the dungeon master role. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's so funny.
It works. I thought I had our group selected.
Good job, sir.
I mean, it's appropriate, so.
It's a
All right.
powerful suit.
Give me an animal handling check with disadvantage to get him into that suit. You'd find a specialized tailor, probably the same one that Sinnel and Dusty went to, as they're like the only ones who offer next day tailoring for your.
Oh no, he's not having that.
Go ahead and subtract 2 HP from some vicious bites.
That
Like
is.
actual bites.
It's like trying to get our cat to wear a collar. I get it.
My hamster
You
is
get him
can't-
to wear a bow tie, but
If
that
we
is
be
it.
adventurers, let us adventure.
You can't put him in something that like restricts his wings. That's all birds have.
He would give the motion of like, okay, this is fair enough. I got you with the bow tie. Can you at least wear the hat?
He hisses at you.
Fine. He'll just put his hands up. Fine. We'll work on the
Just
hat
the bow
later.
tie. We'll work on the hat.
But while you're doing that, you do find a very nice looking tweed suit with a black hat at that shop.
Awesome.
And it looks big enough that they could refit it for you.
Mm.
There's also a very, very small version next to it.
Have matching clothes.
Is that for Dusty?
I mean, it looks like it would be around his size. But
I feel like it'd be one of. I feel like it'd be
it's
one of
more
those
sort
things.
of a pre-shrinking Yark.
I feel like it's one of those things where he'd be like, "Look, son, now I can match," and he's like, "Dad."
Zersh has the suit, but he will buy that bowler hat though.
All right.
That is a pretty pimpin' bowler hat right there. He can't say no to that.
Ooh, Zerth would look really good in one of those.
And a little hat on top.
Exactly, just balanced there.
Rosalind. How are
Yes.
you getting dressed up? Are you getting dressed up?
I wasn't planning on it.
But you're the only one who in the group who can reliably wear a dress.
Very true. I mean, everyone else can wear a dress too.
Eh,
I know, but then you have questions and conversations.
I don't have the
quite
legs for a
fit
dress.
out the dress.
I should have made Surf wear a dress.
Sarah says I don't have the legs for it.
It's
I mean,
a battle robe.
it's a battle kilt.
I mean, it would be the second time my character
I
would have
could
been
t-
in a dress.
I could
That's it.
technically order you to do it.
You could.
Well, I would prefer a battle dress.
Dress, but with spikes.
Do you know Lightning from Final Fantasy 13?
Yes.
Have you ever seen her in her Valkyrie outfit? Hold on, I'll get
I'm
an image
searching
for
for it. One of the autocomplete results was body pillow, so gotta assume. We'll go back to that. Maybe, probably not.
Hey, is Lightning Cloud's daughter?
No.
Okay, I
Okay.
see it. So it's like half plate with a lot of various like feathery bits.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
normally lightning comes from clouds.
I can say that you can get something that looks like that that's mostly decorative for a much lower price. However, if you wanted, you could buy some half plate, some functional, very, very good looking half plate for basically what's listed in the book.
I mean, this is more of just a formal thing. Like, I'm fine with my adamantite a half plate for
Battle.
battle. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but you can get those pretty feather things as like the glamour weave that comes off your body that the guy was talking about.
Very true.
Like
Yeah,
you can still
that's
make
what I
it
was
fancy.
thinking.
You just got to add stuff to it as opposed to changing it.
So some glamour wave belt and some accessories, as well as a very nice polishing.
Yeah. I'll maybe get one of those shawl things as well.
All right. The one of the what are they called? Dry brooches.
I have
Or
no
like a
idea what that
goddess-
is.
It's like a
goddess in it.
it's like a yeah, it's a
Yeah,
magical belt.
I was thinking more of a rampant.
Okay.
One that hovers just above your body for no reason.
Because we were talking about how I was not quite at that level yet, but I could always like fake it with
Fake it with magic tech.
yeah, fake it with Magitech.
All right. I'd say you can get nice and spruced up for a low price of only about 95 Galifars.
I'll give him an extra 5 Galifars if he has it ready by tomorrow morning.
Well, that was in the original price, but I'll
His-
put
his-
just a
his,
little bit of extra effort in.
The employee next to him like puts his hand over the other guy's mouth. We'll be on it.
I like round numbers, okay?
Okay. Numbers hard.
No, it's just like because I have like 788 Galifars now instead of 888, and it bugs me to no fucking end. Like, somebody give me 22 Galifars to round this out. Sorry, 12 Galifars.
All right.
Although I would still like to know what all I found out from doing research.
That would have been. Oh, pretty much everything I went over, at least a little while ago, was pretty much everything you found out. You didn't really find out anything too crazy that you didn't already know. While you certainly could spend, a month or even a year in there and find out quite a bit more, as far as going to the Temple of Knowledge and spending maybe a few hours there. That's about all you could figure out.
I guess the final thing I do before I return to the party is I would like to find an apothecary.
All right. You'd be able to find quite a selection of them, but the one that you kind of drift towards first is owned by a very mossy-looking furbolg. And the inside, as you enter, you immediately are bombarded with the scent of fresh, a verdant green forest, as the inside appears to be just precisely that, a small garden. You can hear water trickling through a few cracks in the ceiling as it kind of travels along this little stream that goes through the middle of the store to a small holding pond, where you can see down in the pebbled bottom, you see a handful of koi fish. Well, hey there. What could I do for you, little gal?
I'm gonna look a little bit ticked at that. That's I don't suppose you do health checkups, do you?
Well, I can't say that I'm a surgeon of any sort, but I do know my way around a healthy and an unhealthy body.
Okay. I need you to look at a problem on my back and give me advice on a course of treatment. I will pay a checkup fee and a treatment fee if you can help me with it.
No problem at all. 5 little gold coins will go a long way in solving some of this shop's issues.
Can you guys hear me speaking right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. How about now?
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like the mic on my headset doesn't actually, or the mute button on my headset doesn't actually work.
Huh.
Talk.
Yeah.
Sorry about all the crunching.
You sound very echoey, almost far away from your mic, but yeah, we're hearing you.
Ooh, that might. Hold on. Okay, how about now?
I can still hear you.
Can still hear you.
How about now? Is that better?
Can still hear you.
Seems about the same.
Seems about the same, yeah.
But
anyway, did he say he wanted 5 Galifars for? Yep, I'll slide him 5 Galifars.
All right. He looks on one of the bookshelves for a moment, grabs one of the tomes, and tells you, "Hey, sit by on that little bench right by the pond, and I'll look on you there. Where's the issue? Because you look pretty healthy to me."
Between my shoulder blades, there's a growth of sort.
Yeah. You feel a little jolt of pain as his fairly large thumb kind of glides over and gently kind of just sort of feels around. Oh, that's
Okay.
kind of weird.
Is this better at all?
I'd say so, yeah. I'd say it's pretty good.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ow.
You see?
Well, I don't think I've seen anything like this before. You haven't had any encounters with a cockatrice, have you?
No.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can hear him kind of flipping through the book. Well, something like this is nothing that I've come across before. But I think I can whip up something that'll ward off quite a few parasites if that's what this is.
Hmm.
Well, it works on magical parasites too, if that makes you feel any better.
Do you know anywhere else where I can maybe get some more information?
Hmm. I'd check out the what is it? Saint Abathar's House of Healing. House Galanda runs it. But it's kind of like a medical college of sorts. I know some of the Moorgrave University kind of does quite a few journeys there, at least for their
Wait.
Apothecary students.
House Galanda?
Sorry, House Jarasco.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Healing hors d'oeuvres and booze.
Yes, it's healing of the mind.
Yeah, I'll try there. While I'm here, do you have any health potions I can buy before I leave?
Well, of course, we do it at market rates right now. So any kind you want, I've got a sizable stock.
I'll take a couple of superior if that's possible.
Will do. You want chili pepper cherry or vanilla flavor?
Cherry.
Cherry, okay. And you can buy them at listed price in the player handbook. Oh wait, no, they're greater healing potions, yeah.
Yeah, whichever one the superior one is, I think it's greater.
Out of curiosity, how's his chili pepper flavor stock going?
Looks like there's quite a few more. But it does look like it's at least selling a little bit. I need to get a cheat sheet with how much healing potion prices are.
Yeah, they're listed as potions of superior healing, and they're
Potions,
between.
okay.
Yes. I just remember
between-
that a regular
Yeah.
healing potion is 50 gold. The next step up is 100 gold.
Is it so?
Yeah, but potions of superior healing are rare, and they are between 501 to 5,000 gold.
Okay.
After
Since you're at a major city, they'd be on the low side, so 750 each.
In
for
that
the,
case,
superior.
how much were platinum dragons again?
100.
100.
Yep.
Okay. I'll give him 8 platinum dragons because I can only buy one at the moment.
All right. It's some good stuff, though.
Yep.
Oh,
And if you're wondering why it's 8 platinum dragons, I have 8, and I can get 50 change. I assume.
You can give you change.
So I completely forgot to ever use a chef feat before, but I kind of want to now. So let's just say everyone has a fish cake in the shape of a fish. If you eat it, you gain temporary hit points equal to my proficiency. So
That's
4.
4, yes.
And you can eat it as a bonus action.
What are they called? They're called.
Are you talking about those Japanese ones that are filled with bean paste?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Takoyaki? No, takoyaki. Takoyaki is
No.
octopus.
Taiyaki.
Taiyaki.
Here, I'll post a picture. Or actually, here's the Wikipedia article.
Thanks, Dova.
Hey, you're welcome. I'm gonna put
Hey.
tabletop images too.
Dova, I put the potion in my inventory, but it's just put in as potion. So
Let me fix that for you. That's kind of annoying.
So there's one for each of us. So 5. One is filled with custard, 1 chocolate, 1 cheese, 1 chili pepper, and 1 sweet bean paste. I have no idea which is which.
That seems to track.
But yeah, bonus action, eat it for temporary HP. Lasts for 8 hours.
Alrighty, Rooney.
These are some of the ambient snacks that can be just grabbed at the party.
Ooh, some hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, those. Thank you.
All right. So, is there anything that anyone would like to do? Actually, Yark, I think you're doing some pretty important stuff.
I am doing important stuff.
What stuff are you doing?
Yark never does important stuff. What are you talking about?
Yark, also, if you're trying to talk, we can't hear you.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I have a lot of important stuff to do to make sure everything's all ready for tonight. Or tomorrow.
The one of the one of the head sous chefs who you'd spoken with before heading out is there to meet you at the banquet hall. A large, just a tremendous banquet hall that you would actually know that it seats around 500, maybe even up to 1,000. Depending on if the second level is used. But the kitchen is awash with activity of people prepping ingredients for the next day, retrieving various wines from the various wine cellars throughout the city, as well as just sharpening knives, cleaning everything, warming the various very sort of deep pizza ovens and stuff like that.
Nice.
Oh, you're finally back.
And I come in with the giant abalone hovering above me.
Is it still in its crate with the water?
Yeah. I set it down gently, but it still makes a resounding thud. I pat it and say, "This is the main course."
So you managed to get one.
Yeah, I fought an aboleth.
Damn. Like one, like straight up, like ocean monster aboleth.
Well, it was like a really big river, but yes.
That's impressive.
Well, thank you.
Everything's going mostly well here. Had some trouble getting some of the cheeses in, but we'll figure something out.
Excellent.
Got donated quite a bit though. Ended up with 2 whole cows from House Galanda, and somebody sent in an entire cask full of what we think is a demi-glaze from lamb bones.
Nice.
Probably some of the best stuff I've tasted. At least that comes in a barrel.
All right. Have we gathered all the seafood? As this is in fact a seafood themed, an ocean themed meal.
Well, we've got everything set up in the cold rooms right now. If you want to check on it all.
All right. I got the abalone. Got that one a bunch. Mussels from the Azure Bay. Okay, check.
You go with him. He's holding a clipboard, and as he brings you through the various cold storage rooms, just packed full of various vegetables, both mundane and exotic, and the entire meat cooler is full of mostly seafood, but there's also two entire butchered, prepared cows hung by their feet in one of the corners. The intensely cold air kind of nipping at your nostrils.
What's an appetite? What's an hors d'oeuvre one can make with beef, Dova?
What is it? It's super finely minced beef that's eaten raw.
Tartare.
Tartare. Kebabs, meatballs.
Okay, well those would be the hors d'oeuvres. Tarstone says White Castle sliders.
Eat those raw? Wow, that's impressive.
All right, guys. This banquet is catered by Burger King.
It's an actual former king.
The king of burgers himself, first of his name.
The Burger Master.
All right, so we got our Azure Bay mussels, Red Cliff crabs from the Red Cliff.
From the Red Cliff.
They're actually red instead of blue or brown when they're born.
Mm-hmm.
And they turn blue when they're cooked, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's some radical shit.
Shrimp from the Crescent Bay. They're crescent shaped, even more so than usual.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they maintain that shape always, even after.
Exactly. Silver Lake fish from the Silver Lake.
So sourced yesterday.
Sorry, I have all these written down.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Sourced from tomorrow. Sourced from tomorrow, today, yesterday.
And fresh anchovies from Tempest Strait. And I believe that's it. At least for the seafood. Because we got the abalone.
Yeah. Which I assume you're going to do the whole live butchering.
Yes.
Fancy.
Luckily, it's a huge one. We have a lot of people to feed.
Mm-hmm. And one in particular, Mr. Pierre Lefort.
Absolutely.
Who I received word yesterday that he is in Sharn. So most likely definitely going to be here.
Oh God, I hope so. just kind of like
yeah.
Just kind of like skips over it. Oh, I forgot. He was in here for the Dragon Show the other day. Oh, that's why he was in Sharn. My bad.
Don't remind me of the fucking Dragon Show.
I blanked that out until now. Thanks.
Come to Sharn for the Red Light District. Stay for the gourmet feast.
He just comes in. And is like, this abalone is fucking raw.
Yeah,
I'm sure there is a way to prepare it where it's raw.
Mm.
The soup is dry.
No pickles.
All right, cool. Everything's ready.
No pickles, you say? One moment.
Oh, and I make sure they're getting all like the cooking equipment out in the main area of the banquet hall for the actual cooking portion.
Zim, you said no pickles, right?
Well, yes.
No
Now-
pickles anywhere.
Here.
Now,
Enjoy this then.
because I doubt I can make I can serve 500 people. I'm gonna serve like the main group, like a smaller group, and then like the rest is just gonna be cooked.
Enjoy
normally.
your burger.
Sorry, what'd you say, Yark?
So, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
I know I've been having mic issues. Okay. So I'm not gonna be able to. I wouldn't be able to cook 500 servings all at once with the freaking live cooking thing. So I was thinking having like a raffle kind of thing for like people who won get to see the live cooking thing, and we'll serve like 50 people,
All right.
and then
And
they'll
then
be served that food. I mean, everyone can see it, but they like get the front row seats.
Got you. They'll still get abalone, but it won't be cut as fresh. Just for logistical reasons.
Yeah, it'll be cooked and served in the back, in the big kitchen.
Gotcha.
And of course, the guy, I already forgot his name. He can get a ticket.
Mr. Pierre.
Pierre. Exactly.
All right. So, as the preparations continue, eventually you guys finish up whatever chores and other various errands that you have, and slowly start to meet back up.
Except for Yark.
Except for Yark. There are plenty of stone walls here. So if you want to, you can spend the night in your villa.
You know what? Why not? We don't need to pay for a villa.
Very true.
How was the spa, though?
Sorry?
How was my spa?
They don't allow pets.
Oh, you find one that allows pets. Go ahead and
Do they allow fur?
Go ahead and subtract 15 Galifars. As you walk out of the spa, fluffy, shiny, well-combed, as well as DeSoto is too. But you feel like you've lost about 10 pounds just from the dirt in your fur.
I am
but you
pleased.
feel tremendous.
I could probably go in the nude, you know. Martin fur is just that fantastic.
Mhm.
Hey, lizards can do that too. You ain't special.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm ready for. I could go for the villa.
All right.
How long does Saphonar spend on her tail the following morning?
It's a very good
Grooming
question.
and such.
Rosalind gets up like at least 2 hours early. After she's extracted Dusty from her tail.
Mhm. All right. Go ahead and actually, I think I need a long rest, everybody, because technically, I think you guys took damage.
I'm sure Yark took psychic damage at some point.
Yeah.
Weren't we being followed by like a zombie-filled ship or something at some point?
You were.
Okay, just checking.
You haven't really heard anything about that.
Get
For a
ready to
little
get
while.
gate crashed, bitch.
Oh god, I just realized our character cards are 2 levels behind.
Yeah, I mentioned that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that is brought up constantly, and I just haven't gotten around to updating them.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, I think it's the Saturday game where we're like 5 levels behind.
Yeah. And a Saturday game that keeps changing. Who cares? It's just in every level, everything changes. Everything.
I'll get around to
But
it eventually.
anyways, you guys spend the night inside your pleasantly warm villa. Plenty of space to spread out. It's quiet aside from the very faint sort of crackling and rumbling of the furnace in the basement, as the fire elemental inside chews on some various logs.
There is something very important.
Mm-hmm.
Siddle is going to find Yark. So,
All right.
there's going to be eggs at this thing, right?
Raw eggs, yes.
Yarka's currently working overnight at the place.
Okay, then Siddle will find him there.
He just bolts up right out of bed. Eggs.
Yes.
I look at the long list in front of me and say, yeah, we're making a lot of deviled eggs.
Perfect. Alright. And then I'll just quietly go back to sleep. Back to the villa and then to sleep.
It's like a 20-minute walk.
Eggs are important.
Oh, I'm gonna slap Surf on the back and say, "Well, you have to tell her."
He's just kind of looking at this like. Oh, you mean our house person?
Yep.
Okay.
Go tell her how the Fury is no longer welcome here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have I'm gonna go meet with her.
All right. Give me a sec.
Yeah, take your time.
Oh, good lord. I was cramping up there for a sec. Oh. A nice little kink in my back.
Kinky.
So. You'd probably after just kind of calling out for her, you'd probably eventually get her to show up as you feel a sort of presence over your shoulder. She's standing there her face fairly calm, but she's looking a lot brighter, and a little bit more happy than the last time you were here.
You seem to be more energetic.
I'm enjoying the change of scenery.
Change is always good.
Mm-hmm. You can go ahead and make an insight check if you like.
Yes, I would. Oh, son of a bitch. That's 2 in a row. That's funny.
Yeah, you got no reasons to believe otherwise.
Okay. I will take her at her face value. Okay. And he's just gonna go, speaking of change, there has been some more personal changing. In that well, depending on how you look at it, good news. I no longer worship the Fury, your ex-employer.
I could tell something was different. I suppose it makes sense that it's that.
So she is. Yes, it was very. She ended up killing me, and and Rosalind brought me back, and now I worship her, and she's a somewhat deity. We're still trying to figure that one out.
It never gets less confusing the more you say it.
I know, it just gets more apparently I'm her planar ally too. I don't know. This is unknown territory for us. If you know anything, it would be greatly appreciated.
It seems like it's at least a little bit better of a relationship than the Fury might be.
Yeah. At least when this one hits me, it's out of love and not spite. As he cracks a grin.
So good news then.
Mm-hmm. Bad news is me and my son Riley pissed her off. Good news, we pissed her off. So 50-50 on that one. And we're currently gonna murder her. So take that how you would like.
Well, I suppose it's much better than the Fury then.
Mm-hmm. So she is not allowed in here, and I will be doing some remodeling later tonight to get rid of that.
And that means, I assume, of course, that the Fury still lives.
For now, she's kind of wiry. Hard to pinpoint. Now, side note, does the group know what the Fury did to Dusty or no?
I believe so. I think Dusty currently had to step away for a moment.
We saw the after effects after he gouged out, and me and you directly asked him what did he agree to.
Yeah, but I can't remember if he directly said it was the Fury or it was just vagueness.
He did.
He did? Okay. So he'll go. And well, she ended up
Put me in the timeout corner.
I know, right?
doing a rather number on.
Technically, I put you in the timeout well, and that's because you had somebody yelling at you in the background.
Ah, yes, fair enough.
What's that? Dusty's falling down the well again.
Finally, someone other than me is in the well.
You see, it's
No,
it's
you
too
just
narrow
go
for me to
straight into
fly
the
up.
sun.
And she did a number on my boy, so I'm kind of ravelly scaled at that one. And he will relay what happened to him.
Well, that certainly sounds like her.
You would think I would learn this by now, but yeah, so there's kind of a change of upper management.
Something that was definitely needed.
Yes. Kind of like reflectively just kind of has his hand resting over his heart. So, yeah. So if you end up sensing her or anything around here, just let me know.
So that you can put an end to her?
Oh, totally.
I'll make sure to raise the alarm.
Sweet. CC me and triple hit.
Send a lot of letters.
Hmm. And he's actually gonna go dismantle. He had like a little, not like a big shrine, but like a little thing for the Fury, and he's just gonna go like destroy the hell out of that,
All right.
and just kind of,
Wait. Let me do it too.
oh, yes, parenting bonding time. Come on.
You both have big hammers.
Mm-hmm.
And also because a certain warpick makes destroying things more fun for me.
Could you both make a dexterity saving throw?
I
No.
Fucking traps.
swear to God, if an arrow goes in my butt, you're coming too.
But yeah, go ahead and give me a dexterity check, both of you. Also, I need an athletics check to see exactly how vigorous and energetic the dismantling of the temple is.
Athletics check.
Oh. Zerth.
What?
I have a butchering kit. You think I'm not good at this? You should have brought me.
We'll bring the boy. It'll be a family
Yeah.
event.
Here you go.
Right, boo?
This is the exact thing I do, mostly on humanoids, but still.
It's metaphorical in this sense. It's cathartic.
Mm.
Oh, it's been a long time since I. It has been a long time since I butchered corpse. Oh,
Did my athletics check not show up?
It did not. I did not see it. Discord, where are you? There you are.
I'm very good at destroying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Way of the Squirrel. Destruction.
I like that influence. I like that influence a lot. Accepted.
Now, for the record, is this the time where Sindel is still headed off to verify there are eggs at the banquet?
You'd
Please?
probably be making your way back at this point. The
Whew, okay.
the doorway for the villa itself is in a fairly quiet alleyway. Maybe one district away, where there are still actual alleyways. Since up in these upper districts, there's a lot of sort of open space and not very many tall towers right next to each other. But yeah, you'd probably be making your way in at about now.
Can I feel the disturbance that's about to come in the force when they, trip the traps and, avoid going back?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
I was kidding, but I will absolutely take that because it's for my own safety.
My Martin senses are tingling.
Oh, no!
Never mind
No.
Oof.
No sense of impending danger at all.
Did I fail the trap check? Is there arrows in my tush?
I'd say with that, you would have managed to score probably a fairly small, like a crossbow bolt, lodged in some of the rather thick skin and scales in the back of your neck. It doesn't do any actual damage, but you feel it basically get shot into the back of your neck. And it kind of itches.
Now I'm kind of thinking of Shrek, where Fiona is like, "There's an arrow in your ass!" Oh, so there is.
She said but. She said but you know.
I know she said that, but I felt like changing it.
And he's like, "Oh, what? Really?" He's gonna pull it out, look at it, and just no.
Hey, sir. You know that control water spell you have?
Yes.
Can you just like float some water above Siddle's door, ready for him to walk into the room?
You'd have to hold it though.
Better make it ice cold.
He's gonna take out the anger and the contemplation. Then he's gonna whenever he gets a chance, he's just gonna peacefully wait in the shadows of Sinnoh's room.
All right.
You know, like those you know those TV series where like they turn the light on, and it's just the guy in the corner, like either smoking or drinking.
Yep.
That's Surf.
Sinnel, as you enter your room, you kind of yawn and stretch your back. Oh. Ooh, I cracked my elbows with that. As you basically take your bow and you put it on its little on like a little coat rack that you've got nearby. You put your coat on there too, and just kind of stretch and sit on your bed for a moment before you realize that you can hear a very soft, kind of raspy breathing. You
kind of
look over
imagine
in
that
the
I
corner.
see the red glow of one of his cigars.
You would at this point.
Hello, buddy. How are you doing? And he's holding the arrow.
Hi? What's up?
Oh, so much. I just got a tingle in my back that said I should meet you.
Oh, well, I mean, we've already met, but it's great to, you know. Hi, I'm Sinnel. This is DeSoda. You know, your scales are looking especially menacing tonight.
He's gonna slowly walk forward.
Yes. Don't forget social distancing. We gotta be safe here.
Oh, don't worry. I'm a
Stop
doctor.
fourth
I
walling.
know.
Yeah, this is some fourth walling. Stop it.
And then he's gonna do a combination of his endless water and control water and just fill the room.
I just had a bath. What are you doing?
Playtime.
Well, Sinnel's gonna throw on his cloak.
Don't forget that you don't have that cloak yet. I thought it was ready by tomorrow.
No, this is the cloak of the manta ray, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but Zerf is like a magic carp. He moves 4 times faster in water.
Well, yes, but at least I can breathe.
And I'm going to do whirlpool. I'm just like kind of like batting him around, not really trying to cause him damage, but just kind of.
What?
Sort of roughhousing and just like tossing
You're
him everywhere.
You're daff rolling without daff rolling.
Yeah.
You're just death rolling like into him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Gator torpedo.
How long do you keep it up?
Probably a little bit longer than he should, but not to the point where it's like obsessive and damaging. He's like, he made his point.
Gotcha. As you walk out, leaving a large trail of water behind you as the water starts to just flow out of the open doorway. You just
Sir,
stomp your way
not
out
the
and
carpet.
yeah, and inside
that
you can
flips
see it
another
is just totally
trap.
soaked. As Sinel is just kind of weakly, it's just kind of almost pulled out by a bit of the flow, and is like halfway in the door frame, just kind of laying on his back, wheezing.
Sorry, I had to wash my coat.
Rosalind's
And
just hand on her hips, like foot tapping the corridor as she leans over Siddle.
okay, just kill me. Get it over with.
Oh,
I hope you enjoyed your drink, and I'm gonna walk off.
you walk off.
Yep, up here.
I'm just
Cut off there,
imagining. I'm just imagining that the water flowing out winds up making another trap go off.
Yeah.
It's well traveled enough for it to not set anything off. Whether or not something's actually there is another question.
I'll also remark to Zerf as I leave. I don't want a soaked carpet.
I'll he will oh my god, do I actually have that? Yeah, he will use fire shield and then just kind of like iron the carpet
All right,
to dry it out.
that's fine by me. As you steam the carpets with your fire magic.
Sinnoh's going to sleep outside.
All right, just kind of out in the trees.
Yeah, he'll climb up in one of the trees and sleep there.
Okay.
He'll probably need to go to the spa again in the morning.
All right.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if Zerf mixed in some pond water with that.
Who said he didn't?
Very fair.
He's probably got a lily pad stuck to his back.
He's tired enough at this point, he doesn't care. I basically imagine that while Sinnoh did the best job he could to clean up all the traps, he wasn't exactly in his right mind when he set them all.
Correct.
so
you
there's-
don't remember where all of them are.
There's probably still another 100 of them throughout the manor.
I wouldn't say 100.
There's
But
still
there's definitely
a lot.
There's still plenty of them around. All right, so night passes as the two of you the three of you just absolutely destroy the shrine to the Fury.
Woo! That was my time. That was the time of the squirrel.
It is a rigorous, almost explosive decommissioning.
Does
As
he
bits and pieces.
pauses to feel if there was any reprisal? Nope.
Actually, for a few moments, you feel as if you're being watched over your shoulder. You've never really felt that sensation before. But it reminds you a lot of the time when you actually made that deal with the Fury. You feel that same presence.
Bad.
But other than that, you don't really have anything that prevents you from destroying the shrine.
Oh god, when Surf makes a shrine to me, he's gonna look like one of those creepy stalkers that, you know, have a picture like you know, with the small shrines they have to people when they stalk them. They have pictures of them and it's like
Pieces of hair.
Easy to get.
Yep.
You leave hair
yeah,
everywhere.
fluff gets everywhere.
Yep.
Mhm.
So,
Oh my god, I remember that shrine.
as
Okay, go ahead.
this night passes, you all get a very nice, very stable night of rest, and find
Very
yourselves.
stable.
Yeah, it's not moving. It's not on the ground. It's very nice. Something that you realize as you wake up, Inun's tower is no longer there. You couldn't quite place your finger on exactly what was wrong yesterday, but this morning as you wake up, you realize that the spot where his tower used to be is now gone. A bit of the dead grass underneath starting to regain a little bit of its greenness. It's no longer being covered by a giant stone tower.
No, the corpse man whom I gave my corpses.
Corpse
Damn
Man
it.
has taken them away.
That makes 2 towers he made disappear.
Aw, my first class buddy.
So,
He will
has
be
he actually officially dropped out? He hasn't told me, but...
His character's got busy things to do.
Okay.
If he is able to make it back in, then he will have a spot. He always will.
Shame, because he was literally the only character I could rely on when all of the magic was going bad. like in character, dude was like, all of the magic is bad. Fix it. Fix it. Yark is making potato spot magical cannons. Fix it.
All right. As you all slowly kind of filter out, having a nice sort of hearty breakfast. It's certainly nothing that Yark would have cooked, but he's currently dealing with things. Yark, you've managed to squeeze in somehow a long rest worth of sleep at least. If you spent any spell slots, you don't regain them. But thanks to a rather expensive contraption that basically gives you the effect of the catnap spell in a attached sort of dormitory room to the actual kitchens, you end up feeling fairly well rested by the time that morning comes.
Oh yeah, we usually use it at big events like this. We call it the all-nighter.
Mm-hmm. It's a absolute savior of many chefs' careers.
God,
and
that
they're-
would be nice.
10 minutes for 4 hours of sleep. Rather, I think it gives a short rest, technically.
Catnap specifically does give a short rest.
1 minute, actually, I think.
Is it really 1 minute? That's
That's
nice.
That's pretty good. But you can't cast it as a ritual.
Well,
And
yeah.
the person casting it doesn't get the rest.
I thought they do. Oh well.
I think specifically they do not. I can find out. Sinel. Go ahead and add to your inventory a note with your armor that says that it has shift weave integrated into it.
Will do.
All right. And make sure to write down that it has the following outfits created in it.
All right.
a sort of leafy camouflage suit. Sort of subdued formal wear. Traveling hood, shawl, and sort of just nice, robust traveling gear. Some padded, roomy, and soft relax wear. And then a sort of a very minimal, almost strap-like battle wear that basically doesn't encumber you at all, and just lets the armor do its thing.
Cool. So Sinel's probably going to wake up somewhat early and head over to the spa before he goes to pick up his armor and stuff.
All right. What about you, Dusty? Would you be going with him?
Yeah.
All right. As waiting for you as well is a nice, not really flamboyant suit by any means, but it is crisp, and it looks very, very neat and proper. Also, there is a nice sort of half mask to go along with it that would cover up your sort of grotesque right eye. As well as there's a very nice top hat that goes along with it. Enchanted in it is a very subtle sort of glamour weave that makes the top half of your top hat appear to be in clouds. Therefore, your ears can stick out and not be encumbered, but still be covered up nicely by the little bright, puffy cloud that seems to be settled around the brim of the hat.
Well, it does its job.
It's also got slots for your ears.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to wedge your ears in there.
I was going for a hood, but this hat does just.
The hat looks oh so right.
It does. It looks fantastic. Floating voice. All right.
Anyone gonna
Rosalind?
go to the groomers?
Rosalind, I believe you wanted to get everything nice and polished, as well as get some little glamour weave accoutrement.
Yep.
All right. You look the best as you all sort of assemble together, heading toward on one of the rather large sky coaches, heading towards the not the Cloud District, but the
Of
Have you
course
ever
you
been to
don't.
the Cloud District?
And the Skyway technically is on a bunch of clouds. So
You get to the
I'm
Cloud
not
District very
wrong.
often.
Well, I mean, of course.
Oh,
you
who am I
guys
kidding?
don't.
Of course you don't.
You guys definitely don't go to the Cloud District very often. This is your first time going.
What am I saying?
All right. After a while, you find yourself slowly settling down on one of the larger islands. A sizable crowd already kind of making their way through the streets towards the extravagant, gigantic banquet hall. The large entrance dominated by a gigantic stained glass window, illustrating one of the lesser known saints. You're not quite sure which one, but the actual artwork and the dazzling sort of visuals of it seem to be the main point. You all are talked to very briefly by some of the people out front, the bouncers as they are, before handing them your invitations. They look over them briefly and then just sort of motion inward. very kind of gruffly saying to you, "Have a nice meal, sirs and sirettes."
Right? I've never been talked to so formally.
Wait till they call you Master Dusty.
No, that is impossible. That is not something that happens. That is...
I'm gonna dress you up in a brown robe someday, and you're gonna go. These are not the kobolds you're looking for.
Young
I
Master
love
Dusty.
democracy.
I am the Senate.
I am the Church of Rosalind.
Not yet, young Padawan.
Look, I know he was an old man and all, but honestly, you can't be prepared for someone who jumps straight out of a chair toward you, spins 360 degrees while screaming.
At least 360 degrees. That was a lot of spins.
That was a lot of spins.
It was 720.
It was
Was
720. He was in a sitting position and just leapt directly at them.
Mm-hmm.
It was very sudden.
It's hard to be prepared for that kind of thing. All right, you guys made it.
Yep.
We did.
As you guys would make it in, you'd see that it is already bustling with activity. There's already the band has begun to play, and among them you'd notice that there are no magical instruments, at least yet. All of them are extremely well made. However, they appear to be playing mundane tunes. A large grand piano, a full string quartet, a small brass and woodwind section, and of course, a harp. Played
Where's
by... Sorry?
Where's the one random guy with a kazoo?
You don't seem to see the kazoo anywhere. At least anywhere inside.
Damn.
He was the street bustler outside.
Damn, we should invite him in.
All right. As you... There's numerous waiters bringing plates of hors d'oeuvres past. You see quite a few deviled eggs, which, Sinnel, I'd assume you'd snag a few.
Yes, I will snag a few trays.
All right. There's an open bar.
You devil.
There's a large ice sculpture of a dolphin in the middle. And just plenty and plenty of food in every direction. It doesn't look like they're serving any main courses just yet. It's just appetizers and socializing, since it is only early afternoon.
Makes sense.
Yark. The kitchen is a well-orchestrated chaos as hors d'oeuvres are being prepared and sent out. The main courses are starting to go in ovens. The various slow roasted smoked meats. Breads are proofing, and quite a lot of butter is being churned on site.
Perfect.
On-site butter.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe
Right.
it's not butter.
But it is.
butter. Well, it's milk, but it's gonna be butter.
Butter.
Butter. I didn't know ER could make an A sound.
I
Only,
remember where
only
I've
across
heard
the
that.
pond, Zova. Only across the pond.
I think it's only the very southeast that says it like that.
Really?
It's like butter.
Butter.
Yeah. Butter.
Not only does it make the A sound, but the T's are completely silent.
Yeah, it's just BA apostrophe A.
Wow.
H at the end.
Butter.
You gotta have the H.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Other than that, it's just but A.
But hey, you know what? You're
But,
right.
hey. Is there anything that any of you would like to be doing inside this banquet hall? Would you like to be socializing?
Sticking out like a sore thumb because I don't like these kind of events.
You'll stand by the bleachers.
Yeah, Sinel's kind of gonna be doing the same thing.
Hey Dova, quick question.
Go right
Have rumors and stories of our adventures like circulated?
That is actually a great point to make. As slowly your very sort of tight group of people, as all of you guys are basically in a small cluster, like by one of the tables.
I don't know anyone at this party.
Yeah, you don't know anybody here. You've never dealt with the rich or the powerful and the various house agents, but slowly, people actually come to talk to you. In particular, you've got a handful of people from House Cannith actually trying to make small talk towards you. As well as, of course, House Galanda trying to make sure that you're nice and comfortable in here.
Okay.
As they start to actually talk about your various, not really exploits, but at least the rumors around what you guys have been kind of doing. As one of them comes up to you, Sinel, and says, "You're the I think I recognize you. You're the group of people who actually managed to survive a raid by the airship. Is that correct? I heard what happened in Aether."
And now to wind up becoming a social pariah by saying the wrong thing. Yes. Yeah, we survived. We also rode on it at one point.
Oh, well, you've got to tell me about it. Something that large has been the secret of, well, many things.
A small crowd begins to gather. Also, want you to hear about the story?
Zib, before you continue, did you make sure to take a point in Idiot Savant?
No.
Oh, no.
But your experience...
I'm going to do a terrible job of this.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check to at least try to make connections.
Entertain the masses.
Yeah.
Oh, so
if it goes poorly, then who knows?
Performance?
No, just straight up charisma. I want to see how well you socialize. Or somebody else can take the lead from him.
Someone may need to take the lead from him. Oh god, do we have anyone charismatic?
You have Dusty, who's become socially reclusive.
Oh.
As Sinel, you find yourself kind of tripping over your words before the person asking the question looks over to Rosalind, who is currently staring deep into their soul, like boring through their skull. As he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. It must have been a terribly traumatic thing. We'll talk later, maybe, or we'll change this. How do you like Sharn so far? Are you from here?"
As Rosalind just like slowly drains all of the color out of the atmosphere around her somehow.
Xerath is gonna come in and try to save the day.
Hey, what about when we our adventure to, and more importantly, back from the Mournlands? I'm sure a lot of people don't ever escape from there.
Oh, for sure. Al, are you there though?
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm giving ideas on
Gotcha.
our adventures.
Okay, floating voice.
Hey, you guys are always talking to a floating voice.
Fuck.
I don't know
Got me
what
there.
I don't know what you're talking about. We just seem to pick up these plot points off of these random leaves we find scattered around.
Hey, don't look. Dova's like, hey, don't look at those.
No.
Those are mine.
One just says
Wait.
"sexy goblin?" ?
What do you mean I die in 5 days?
Need to make it a con save.
I love the "sexy goblin?" ? Note.
Big cow.
But
It's all goblins, you kidding me?
question mark says more goblins.
Just a lot
More goblins?
As you guys make very sort of scattered success socializing, but you do actually somebody does bring that up. Now,
I
a
hear
different
there's
one.
an
A
attractive
woman dressed quite a lot like a peacock. She says, "I heard that you all went into the Mournlands and came back in one piece, more or less."
Shudder, a group shudder.
Just saying those
Noel
words.
instinctively reaches down and grabs DeSoda's neck fur tight.
Hey, Dova,
Yeah.
can I make an influence, kinda?
In what way?
What if Sinnoh just happened to take a swig of some really strong alcohol, and he got very into the performance of our exploits?
He's settled now multi-classing into Bard.
It's the Bard potion.
Sinnoh
It's the Bard
has-
beer.
Siddle has a 0 for his bonus to charisma.
Hey, they call it liquid courage for a reason.
Remember your clothes, Sinnel. You get a D4. You get a.
Hey, guys, look in the Eberron chat real
Hey,
quick.
my 5 went to a 9.
Oof. Well, that wouldn't make it. That wouldn't actually change very much since it's not the glamour weave you're wearing. You're wearing shift weave. The glamour weave gives you it. Also, look at that boy.
Biggest
Oh,
lad.
look at him. Not a lad, rather. The lass.
Fair enough.
She looks awesome.
So good. Look at it.
Yep. I'm watching 2 streams simultaneously. Thank God for multiple monitors.
Observing.
But yeah, maybe Sinnoh could get better at this the more inebriated he becomes with the open bar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yark, what are you working on? As far as
We're starting with the amuse bouche.
all right. I don't know what that is.
There, I will rescue Siddle.
An amuse bouche is pretty much a pre-appetizer. It's essentially something you'd eat in one bite to make you more hungry.
Okay, so just a taste.
Yep, it's saffron marinated mussels.
Gotcha. Very good.
Can I
very good.
forward this? Does that work?
Don't have access to the link.
Gosh darn it. I'll just
Is
send
that
it
a
on.
Google
normally.
Doc?
Nah, I'm just forwarding something from a different channel. Don't worry, I still have the picture saved.
So amongst some of the other party attendees appears to be a handful of Warforged, one of which seems to be entirely gold-plated, with a large monocle and a top hat, and is absurdly fancy.
Is that Spiffing Brit as a Warforged?
Possibly. Ooh, look at those. Delicious.
Oh, let's make
Those
me
all
more.
on piles of salt.
No, it's saffron.
No, what's like on the bottom? What are they on?
Oh,
I think that's little piles of salt.
yeah, but it's mainly decorative as opposed to.
Actually,
Don't eat it.
you need to eat all of the plates.
Everything. Yeah,
Including-
I will never get the. I'll just have the point of putting random shit on a plate to make it artistic. It's like, just give me the food.
That's literally the only difference between fine dining and regular dining.
And price tag
Presentation.
as well.
You eat with your eyes first.
Some argue that you eat with your nose first.
Wait, what was that thing that Keanu Reeves was in where they went to a restaurant and it's like you could eat the venison while listening to a tape of the venison, basically the sounds of venison the deer makes. And he literally he starts crying after eating it. He's like, "I'm so sorry," and then continues eating.
Keeps going. I remember seeing that video. I didn't know that was the context.
Yeah, it's literally from a thing he was in. Always Be My Baby. There we go.
Always Be My Maybe.
Oh, you know what? I can post this in the. What chat do you want me to post this in for the stream can see it?
I already
Tabletop
posted
images.
I already posted it in tabletop image, and I brought it up on stream itself.
Azure Bay mussels marinated in saffron.
Very nice. Seems to go over very well. Yark. I need a cooking check.
I feel like I feel like I'm making a lot of these.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good one.
Very nice, very nice. Everything seems to be going pretty well. You did a lot of prep work, and it seems to be paying off.
God, they look so good. I don't even like mussels.
That looks delicious. I hate it, but it looks delicious.
Was I? So one of the as you guys are continuing to socialize, a rather sort of scrawny, very wiry-looking man speaks to you, Dusty, saying, "Now I hear that you all were involved in the large undead outbreak in Sharn a month back. Is that true?"
Were present during when it happened, yes.
Tell me more about it. I want to hear what it was like to be down there. Because the way I heard it, you were the ones to destroy one of the sites and kill the Thrainish interlopers.
Sounds quick. I didn't think we took that much credit for it.
Well, you destroyed one of them. Is that true? Unless I'm getting my facts wrong.
No, we did do that.
I mean, you literally lost your arm to the thing that was summoning them.
Yes. And he'll pull back his sleeve to show the crystal arm. Got this from it.
Ooh, look at that. That's some quality work right there.
Indeed. So, one of my companions decided that since I didn't have my arm anymore due to the incident in stopping that undead thing, I'd hold on to it for a while. It's serving me nicely enough, I suppose.
Well, I suppose it ought to. It looks very well made, and it seems to fit you.
Magical items auto-adjust, but yes. It does change sometimes, though.
The conversation just seems to kind of slowly trickle on. And before you know it, almost 2 hours actually passes. If you want to, you could have gone over to the open bar and procured yourself a drink or two.
He's not old
Actually,
enough.
Do I look stupid, Delva? Of course I'm going across to the bar.
all right.
It's just like 2 hours is like an eternity to me in here. This is suffering. Capital S.
Sinnoh is
Strange
kind of
that Dusty is having a
joining.
natural conversation with someone who approached him.
Sinnoh is going to be joining
first.
and basically drinking as much as they're gonna let him.
All right. Go
Get
ahead.
Like, not
slammed.
actually trying to get slammed, just like, you know, if he's gonna be here, he's gonna be at least pleasantly buzzed.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. All of you guys who are drinking.
Oh no, my rolls tonight.
DeSota's drinking?
Sinnoh's
That
not
can't
going
be
to
healthy.
leave the poor pup out.
I
DeSota is
have
very heavily leaning on you, Sinnel. As Rosalind and Sinnel, you find yourself at a pleasant balancing point between drunkenness and sobriety. A nice warm buzz.
Russell is too
Zerth,
angry to get drunk.
Zerth, you think you might have overdone it a little bit. You know that you've got a lot of mass, so you kind of compensate by drinking about twice as what you normally drink. You didn't have enough hors d'oeuvres to kind of mellow it out, so it hits you like a wall.
Plus, maybe some of these fancy drinks pack more of a punch than you were expecting.
That's very true. They conceal quite a bit of alcohol inside them because they actually taste kind of good.
It's the Long Island iced tea effect.
Yep. the very nice mixed drink. All that sort of shenanigans happening.
He'll
Keep
fight.
the rum flowing.
Have I told you guys about my mom's Long Island iced tea?
I don't think
Nope.
so.
No.
So
Actually, it sounds familiar.
a friend and I went up to visit her one year, and she had made some, I think it was a football game that she was holding a event for. I don't think it was a Super Bowl, but we went up to visit randomly. And so her Long Island iced tea, so for New Year's one year, she had given me a bottle of the alcohol portion of it. She put it into a 2-liter, a 2-liter bottle, and it ate through the bottle within a week.
Good lord.
Oh my god.
And my friend had 1 cup of the Long Island iced tea, and he was completely hammered.
Good lord.
Is your mother part Scottish by any chance?
No, Irish.
Because I was about to say, that sounds like a Scottish measurement, because that's the average measurement we have.
No, Irish.
Yeah, Zerf would probably get like more than just tipsy.
Zerth is very thoroughly drunk.
He ain't slurring. He's wobbling. Once in a while, he may or may not say something incoherent in Gator.
He is gone.
Dusty's probably the first time he's ever seen his father like this.
My role model.
You! Yes, you. He's got his hand over some debutante or something. You look like a man or woman. I don't know. I got a fake eye. I can't see. That nose. Hey. I can speak bird. Caw.
And Dusty, in proper order, is going to come over and say, "Father, please."
So, as the party wears on, darkness finally not really darkness, but evening finally comes. And as you are getting ready for the dinner proper, Yark, you hear a very faint hush grow throughout the room, sort of spreading as a particular guest walks in. It's as you're looking around and you're trying to see, and he's a fairly short person. It's a halfling, thin as a rail, and looks deathly serious. At just one look at him seems to make the last joke you told much less funny, as everybody just kind of stares for a brief moment before kind of turning back towards their group and sort of muttering quietly. Your sous chef kind of sidles up beside you, Yark, and he just says, "He's here."
Oh, cool. I was just about to get started.
We've got a table ready for him. We're going to try to shepherd him towards that.
All right, perfect.
This is where he just sits at his own table. He just he just straight off the bat just refuses
To follow any rule.
Yeah. I mean, there are some critics that are like that because they want to test your customer service by taking you off.
Or they're winning.
Very cool. So now is probably when I would start setting up at the live cooking place.
All right. It's almost like a miniature, almost like an auditorium. There's a few rows of tables set around this large central, almost like a chef station. Sort of like that mid-floor open concept they have for like the Iron Chef shows.
Yeah, those things are cool.
And even bringing out the abalone brings out or elicits a few gasps from some of the party guests as they see its sort of shimmering, garishly blue shell.
They know what they're dealing with.
Well, at least they've heard of this sort of shellfish.
Shiny, shimmering splendor.
No. He's a crustacean, so he'd be singing the shiny song.
Thankfully, Pierre seems to settle into one of the chairs, at least nearby the carving station. It's a few seats away from the one that they were hoping for, but functionally it's about the same. As immediately you see... Give me a perception check, Yark.
Oh god, I'm not good at those.
Alright. You're not exactly sure how he takes notes. And you can't really see him going for any, like a notepad and a pen or anything like that. So you're not quite sure.
Interesting. Maybe it's all mental.
That's pretty...
Maybe that's a genius.
Yeah. He just remembers it all.
Quick, cast detect thoughts.
Quick, cast read mind.
Thought detected.
Be
Quick,
gone,
cast-
thought.
Quick, cast power word kill.
How do you deal? How do you deal with an unknown? How do you deal with an unknown threat? A preemptive strike.
Yes.
It's just the SpongeBob scene where they think that they kill the health inspector.
Yes.
Can't get a bad rating if they're dead.
Shit. Cancels out.
Are you gonna
Okay.
make him a Krabby Patty?
Hey,
TM.
actually, funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
So, as before I start cooking, I'm going to bring in Gar, who's also wearing an apron that says "Kiss the Gargoyle," and my little robot homunculus Mir, if you remember him.
I think.
It's my homunculus familiar. He's tiny.
What did he look like?
Let me get a picture.
I remember, but I also don't.
Me with basically every life chore in the world. I remember, but also I don't.
He looks like this, but in a less dramatic picture.
Gotcha. That same sort of general shape. All right.
And he folds up to fit in your pocket.
It's very small, especially for you.
Exactly. But he's perfect at measuring out the perfect amount of spices. He's a silver mirror, Jaffer.
All right.
All right, and I will start working on the appetizer, which I will post right now.
Ooh.
Hot crab canapé. Canapes?
Canapes.
That word.
Canapes.
Made from red cliff crabs.
So you can tap him to add 1 blue mana to your pool?
I can tap him, and then he'll put the perfect amount of spices on my food. I don't really need to tap him. I can also just tell him to do it.
Good, because that's what Silvermere, the MTG card that art comes from.
I play Magic. Why do you think I came up? How do you think I came up with the idea of him? I love mirrors.
You should have another. You should have a Palladium mirror as another server.
I don't know. The sun mirror, sunstone mirror. The one that taps for any color. He's really pretty looking.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yes.
so yeah, we dice up the crab and the vegetables all nice and neat. Toast the bread. Gar works as my sous chef, and a lot of the stuff. So I'm only using one tool. The doppelganger's claw turns into all my cooking utensils that I need.
Very nice. Do you keep it clean?
I do. It cleans. It pretty much cleans itself because magic item.
Fair enough.
And I'm using telekinesis for all the ingredients for fast, efficient, and flashy cooking.
Good stuff. Zerth, go ahead and give me a charisma check with disadvantage.
Sure. Disadvantage. Charisma check or charisma save?
Check.
That seems a check.
All right, so fairly quickly you find yourself dancing with let me see, where's my notes? You find yourself dancing with a person who looks vaguely reptilian. Your eyes are kind of failing you at this point, Zerth. Everything's fairly blurry, but you're out on the ballroom floor, having a whale of a time to some fairly lively music from the small orchestra. Sinel, Rosalind, and Dusty, you're kind of watching as he's currently dancing with a fairly rotund, not really quite a dragonborn. He looks much more dragon-ish. And as you guys are staring, one of the other party goers and their guest comes over, and she says, "Do you know that's actually the person who probably donates the most out of anyone towards this whole event? I hear he's actually a dragon."
Ooh. Oh, you better be glad that I can't hear this going on.
Well, you know that they can shapeshift however they like, so I'd assume out of anybody here that would be him.
He's saying that as Zerth is dancing with him.
Yeah.
Just having a good old time.
Mm-hmm.
And Zerf's probably just like super enjoying it. Letting loose.
Mm-hmm. Having a grand time.
Mm-hmm.
What was that save for, Rosalind?
To stop myself from just going over there and clonking Zerth on the back of the head.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he'll probably also be making like small chit chat with this person he's dancing with. He's completely relaxed for once.
Hell yeah. And it feels good.
Mm-hmm. It has been many of moons since he's been fully relaxed and not on guard.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew it just took him getting plastered to do that?
I mean, to be fair, it's very hard for that to happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
So these are obviously pretty small portions because there's there's hors d'oeuvres everywhere, and also there's a 6-course meal, Dova.
Correct. There's a lot of different courses and a lot of stuff to work through.
These crab canapes, though, they look really good.
They do.
I like imagine the crunch of the French, the baguette. I'm so hungry now. All right, soup course is next.
All right, what's the soup?
Crescent, creamy shrimp chowder from the Crescent Bay, Crescent Strait, something. I can't remember. It's on the map.
Bay. Yeah.
Chowder.
Sea.
Crescent Sea. Thank you.
Chowder.
I love clam chowder.
We have to bake things chowder.
In this one, he does a lot of really cool shapes when he's mixing it in the air with telekinesis.
Ah, good stuff.
Very flashy.
Very. It makes it taste better. All the more you move with when you're cooking, the better it tastes.
Yes, and the more anticipation you get, the better it tastes.
Very true. Very true.
What's the skill for taste testing?
Probably.
Oh, do I need to make 2 more cooking checks?
Yes.
So that's for the canapes. It's the lowest one I've rolled so far. And this one's for the soup, the chowder.
The bread was a little less crunchy and crisp than you hoped it would be. But the chowder turned out perfectly.
Damn, I don't get to use this super dry.
The soup is dry. It's a stew.
It's a chowder.
But all the while you're working on this and you're working through this, and your sous chef is just continuously not really staring down Pierre, but just watching him, trying to ascertain exactly what he's thinking.
Gar?
And no, Pierre.
No,
Your
Gar's my
sous
sous chef.
Well, your actual, not robotic sous chef.
Wow, okay. It's like that, isn't it?
Well, if you're insulting him, he's not going to be the sous chef anymore. and you're gonna have to do it.
Hey, I'd like to find out, right? Like, I'm all a fan of make pretend, but Gar is supposed to be a freaking automaton, so he is going to be treated with less respect.
Just a little. But
It's okay, buddy. Someday.
just for today, we gotta suck it up.
Also, hype
You'll have your own restaurant someday.
with blackjack and hookers.
Forget the restaurant.
Dang, it's looking better and better. Look at it.
Yeah,
There's
like
so much detail. It's so pretty.
She's got. I asked her to be in black and white because she does really well with darker themes. So it will be like shaded black and white later on. But yeah, like she's gotten so much better at armor over the years.
And that war pick is gorgeous.
Yeah, I gave her a direct picture of Iron Fang. The helmet, the armor, the warhammer, and the pick I gave direct references for.
Alright, next is the poached Silver Lake freshwater bass with tomato vinaigrette. Apparently,
And an art share, so everybody can.
apparently there's a fish course in a 6-course meal.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, you are doing a seafood theme.
Yeah, but I didn't expect there to be a course specifically with seafood, because that's every course apparently, or every. That's supposed to be in every 6-course meal.
You know what? After we're done with today, I'd like to stick with poultry and ham for a bit.
You guys, by the way, have been
crab. Now it's just seafood.
as the sort of appetizers transfer into actual courses. You guys have been led towards actual seating shares. As the dancing sort of dies down, you bid farewell to your dancing partner for now, pledging to come back later as you wobble your way, likely guided by at least one of your party members to your assigned seating area, which thankfully you guys get at least kind of third row seats to watch the live carving.
Now, DeSoto's got his own little bench, right, to sit on?
Yeah, he gets one of the tables down low. Since they do serve rather short folks here, he does get to have his own little thing because he is acting so very civilized.
Excellent.
However, he is a little bit wobbly.
I can't believe you're that cheap that you won't even give your best friends and family like front row seat. God.
Hey man, I just gave the seats. I didn't pick them.
He didn't have that much power.
That fish looks so tender.
It does. Just falls right apart. God dang
I love
I'm
it when
getting
any meat just falls.
I know, I'm so hungry now.
Gammon in the slow cooker when cooked to perfection, and it just like literally falls apart as soon as you tap it. It's like,
Go ahead and give me another cooking check, Yarth.
Oh right, I'm doing that.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god, that was almost a 3.
Ooh. Mwah. Perfecto.
It's flaky, it's soft, it's
It came out
that's right. I'm
perfect.
incredible. That's right.
As you guys tasting everything that's coming out of the kitchen are almost melting in your chairs. Should you actually like food like this, at least?
I don't
Hey,
know.
Mom,
The
look
portions
what I
are a
can do.
bit small.
Falls apart.
The portions are a bit small for me.
It's very true. Especially for you, Zerth.
yeah. You guys definitely
Very
aren't used to fine dining.
It's
You
like,
have an excuse to fill up on bread, Zerth.
yeah, it's like bite size, but like bite size finger food. Like it's just.
But
It's
sir,
way
bite
too small for
size.
you, Zerth.
Hey, Zerf. You should roll an insight to check that you don't eat the entire plate because it's got like all sorts of fancy doodads on it.
It's got that hard
it's-
garnish.
Yeah, can I? Because I think he's a little far gone to not realize that, and he has eaten silverware before.
Go right ahead.
Only occasionally does he drop the entire plate in his mouth by accident. Oh no. And you get a
I mean,
plus
it's sa-
9 to that too. Well,
It saves
13
on
is still pretty
dishes.
high.
13's still
It's-
pretty high to avoid eating a plate.
Unfortunately, you are just too wise all the time.
Years of experience.
Being wise.
So the salad course is next. Caesar salad's my favorite, and it still fits the seafood theme because anchovies.
Mm.
Caesar salad with tempted straight grilled anchovy, and look how beautifully they presented this salad. I love it.
Ooh,
They made little cups with the Parmesan cheese.
that's good stuff. Go ahead and give me a cooking check. As Zerth, you almost bite into one of the plates before realizing that it is indeed actual ceramic and not a very large flatbread.
Mm.
Oh wait, this is no pizza. This is porcelain.
See, what Surf really needs right now is a really greasy kebab.
He
Mhm.
does. He's very drunk and still hungry.
Mhm. That's a bad combo for a big ass gator.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll probably be like making lighthearted jokes, just kind of laughing at himself. He's just like, I'm here to have fun.
Part of Rosalind's annoyed because he's like paying attention to everybody else and not her, but also part of her is like, I should let him have fun.
And you've never seen him like this too.
Yeah. Just as
Very
long as you don't
rarely
start
gets drunk.
making drunken prayers, then I might have to hit you.
Gary, my wife's gonna kill the shit out of everyone in this room. Just watch.
In the name of my wife, I will smite thee.
By the power of the holy squirrel.
Alright, so this is the main course now. So this is the abalone.
All right. So, I will need
My hamster is
2
getting
checks
antsy.
for it.
If we be adventurers,
Tomato
we
braised
must adventure.
abalone.
All right.
I wanted to pick something that was super, that wasn't super like involved. So I imagine you want to taste the flavor of the abalone to be the main part.
Mm-hmm. I need you to make a cooking check to actually start breaking into it, and then I need a
Oh.
performance check.
Well, for that, I'm going to be adding my flash of genius
Flash of genius. Okay.
because I knew this was going to happen at some point. That's why I saved them. So it makes it a 15.
All right. I'd
Also-
say you would have advantage on this cooking check in particular.
Oh, okay. Probably because this is the one I practiced the most.
Correct. This is the one you've been preparing for the most.
Wow! Wow!
It's always opposite ends of the spectrum, guys.
I know.
Oh, that's going to be a 36, I believe.
Sure, I'll still use the flash of genius. Why not?
All right. Now give me a performance check.
Where is?
Oh my, that's a lot of influence. Holy heck.
All right.
Also, I'm waiting for the day that Zer says, "Oh, for God's sake," and I'll go, "I beg your
Oh,
pardon."
you gave me didn't you give me
Proficiency.
proficiency
in
for just
performance, right?
cooking performance?
Yeah.
So that'd be a 9, and I'm gonna use my jolt of inspiration for this one too. Flash of
Alright.
inspiration. So 14.
14. All right. So, as far as influence goes, Karma accepted, Jaffer accepted, Toshime. So
Wow.
I'm already planning on that happening. If you want to keep it, I can have somebody else show up. However, that will be happening. if you want to save that for later. So, as far as actually carving this thing up, you do it with such precision. As you start out, you kind of sharpen your knife a little bit and almost instinctively just kind of start going at it before you kind of stop yourself and just kind of, and then go at it. And you do a fairly good job at actually looking like you know what you're doing, because you kind of do. You've been at least going through this in your head for quite a while. All the various little cuts and little pitfalls of kind of internal organs that you have to miss, where the best pieces of the actual internal meat are. As you
Separating
use
it from the
your
shell.
prying up the shell, leaving it connected just enough that the bottom of the shell kind of hinges open, and actually stays there, almost like a can of food, where the lid kind of just stays there, propped open. As you start working at the internals, you bring out piece after piece of this almost shimmering emerald flesh. Pieces nearly as big as you are. You're bringing out with your telepathy and passing on to the various attendants and assistants that are kind of standing by with various platters to take some of the cuts back to the kitchen, while the choicer cuts are staying up there with you to be prepped immediately for the people observing.
Now, another special thing. Take the shell itself, because it has all one big piece.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going to have him do is essentially cut them into small, almost bowl shapes.
Okay, you're gonna have it be the okay.
Exactly, because that's a beautiful looking shell. And I want them to take. And obviously, I'm going to have the guests take those home with them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another cooking check. This reflects sort of what skills you programmed into it to perform this task.
That's a 20.
All right. It seems that the little routines that you made him memorize seem to be working pretty good.
And Mir is going to be carving on the back. I wanted to say, food can be an adventure. Because, I'm an adventurer, and I want it to be something sappy.
Okay. There's an intermittent sort of vibrating, scratching sound as the carving tool actually kind of bites into the shell just a little bit.
And of course, I've outfitted them with tools specifically to do this stuff.
You actually you're a little bit concerned for a moment as you hear a faint crunching sound. As you look towards Mira and you see he didn't miss anything. What was that sound? Zerth.
Mm-hmm.
You have eaten the shell.
Boy, that was a really crunchy part of that fish.
The fish, not the abalone. To be clear.
It seemed like it still had the bones in it.
Yeah. And you kind of, as everyone around him is just sort of watching as he no longer has a plate in front of him. The plate that the fish came on is currently gone. It's a really flat cut of fish. And all like a flounder.
I suppress a face palm.
You suppress the face palm.
Do I realize I ate the plate?
A few seconds later, you probably do, as you're picking little parts of porcelain from your teeth. You taste a little bit of blood.
He's just gonna chuckle. Just goes, well, so good I couldn't leave a drop left.
Jokes.
And then everyone laughed.
By the way, as you reach for to finish off the wine that you'd been working on, you reach over and find that it has been refilled at some point. You didn't actually see the waiter come by.
Oh,
By the way, Rosalind's silverware goes straight for her plate.
You're like cutting it like Mr. Incredible.
Basically, I rolled a wisdom check, and then I got ticked off and rolled a strength check. I got a natural 20 on the strength check, so I think the silverware just went straight through the table.
I'd say so. You there's bits of your strength that sometimes just power through your own common sense.
Oof.
So just gotta stay.
The plate's kind of cut in half, and the forks in the table.
I think Zerf would like subconsciously like just straighten up.
If he had hair, if he wasn't scaled and he had fur, it would be on end right now.
He would be poofy as hell.
Dusty, you should probably start keeping your parents in line. Somehow you've become the more careful and mature of them.
this cannot be.
I was about to say this cannot be. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to mess with that after she just cut a plate and part of the table clean in half. If you think that's bad, you should see what she can do with a spoon.
Shudders.
Bend
Are we-
the spoon.
Are we moving on to dessert now, Dova?
At
Or
this
do you want to
point,
go on the abalone for a little minute?
I believe it would be time for dessert, as the abalone itself seems to go over pretty well. Funny enough, it seems to stain quite a few of the people's mouths a sort of emerald sheen,
Excellent.
which, as novelty goes, seems to go over well.
Okay, so the dessert I put probably the most thought into, honestly.
Mm-hmm. What is the dessert?
Hold on, I'm typing it up.
All right. So everybody's passive perception who is currently actually eating and not drunk.
Oh,
So I believe Sinnel, Rosalind, and Dusty. What's your guys' passive perception?
16.
Signal is 18.
18, 16?
15. I am not trained in perception.
All right.
There we go. It's called a raindrop cake.
Ooh.
It's got dark caramel syrup, brown sugar crumble, and this one has a gummy fish inside.
All right.
A
One
gummy
last
fish.
cooking check.
I've actually had
So-
that before.
So, if I'm correct, the cake itself doesn't have the most flavor to it. It's really the syrup and the crumble next to it. But the mouthfeel is probably very exquisite.
Very sort of strange in a good way.
All right, I'm using my flash of genius for that last one.
Does that be an 18?
16.
16? All right. So the as you did have to do quite a bit of work on this beforehand, by the time that it gets time for dessert, in your eye, Yark, you think the standards on this have kind of dropped a little bit. But you also know that at this point, a lot of people are a little bit boozed up. They're full, and something like this, they're not going to notice.
It's probably more the novelty of it rather
Yeah.
than the flavor.
For sure. But it seems to do pretty well. And as everybody's finishing up, who had the passive perception of 18?
No.
Sinnel? Sinnel, from behind you, you hear a nearly unmistakable voice sort of rumble something simple, just saying, "Pardon me," as they kind of work their way through the crowd behind you. There's still a few people kind of milling around, either going up to the bar to grab drinks, going over to the various small buffet tables to kind of supplement the main course if their appetite's a little bit bigger than what's served. And as you turn around to look, you see a fantastic dressed Warforged sporting 2 big red horns. As you
I wondered when the shoe would drop.
As you'd instantly recognize that as being one of Sigma's signature looks. It takes a few minutes it takes a few moments as he continues making his way through the crowd, as he kind of knows where he's going.
Sinel is going to nudge Rosalind and probably Dusty as well, and casually point him out.
All right. You'd see clear as day as he's about 2 tables away and kind of looking generally in your direction. The permanent scowl on one of his Warforged face is unmistakable, but in the way that he's dressed, which is very respectable, it doesn't seem nearly as malicious. With those glowing red eyes and the sort of shimmering red horns, though. Looks as evil and as menacing as always.
I'm gonna slap Surf in the back.
You cough out what looks to be like around some fancy porcelain. There's like a gold ring at the lip. You cough out what looks to be like a pretzel made out of that.
I'm more skilled than I thought.
Time to use that sobering up spell of yours.
Alright. I'm gonna cast, I think it's lesser registration.
That would fix it as the drunkenness slowly starts to seep out of you. You reckon you're gonna be sober in maybe about a minute or so.
He'll crack his neck.
Karma is correct. It's like fancy Jello.
Mm-hmm. Very fancy Jello, nice and jiggly, and very kind of light. Nice, refreshing dessert.
Everything's like fancy something in this place.
Oh, very fancy. It's
too fancy for my taste.
So, the Warforged comes kind of moseying up to your table, simply standing beside it as he sort of looks towards the remnants of the abalone as it's being carved up into some more memorial, or not really memorial, but souvenir bowls. Yark, you're currently prepping the last of it for use, as since there's plenty of like large buffet tables set up around for rather large folks who can't quite fill their appetites with the main dishes. You're basically prepping the remainder of the meat to go on those self-service sort of buffet style.
I'm probably doing that with everything that we made, every extra stuff.
Pretty much. But yeah, he looks kind of towards the side, back towards you all at the table, and he just says, "You didn't forget to invite me, did you?" As I don't recall getting an invitation, but I'll just assume that got lost in the mail.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Who are you?
Oh, you don't remember? That's fair. I did sharpen my image up for this one, since I didn't want to detract too much from the festivities.
How's the arm?
Better than ever.
I bet.
My own personal workshop can do wonders.
You clean up rather nice for a, my nautical robot.
I certainly do. I take pride in a sharp appearance.
I'll give you that.
Quietly seething.
I only wish I could fully enjoy the courses offered, as I see they have gone quite well.
Oh, they were
The
quite
attendees.
good. I can mail you a full review.
Well, I'll simply have to check the newspapers.
Wait, did he not eat them?
He's a warforged.
He's a robot.
I thought they could still eat if they wanted to.
Some can.
It depends
Well,
on
you'd
the.
The maniacal
It depends on the war.
future ruler of the world would want this ability.
If it's not used to kill people, he doesn't want it.
If you, for all
You
you know,
see how he's
could
dressed?
be for all you know, this could be the reason why he's trying to take over the world.
Also, you guys would know for 100% fact that this is not him, but one of his avatars is someone he's speaking through.
I
He's
think
got the glowing red horn illusions, but not the actual horns.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
think
it was
we were
actually
right.
him.
no. I think by this time we've met him so much, we've kind of came to a custom of knowing if it was really him or one of his lackeys.
Except for me, apparently.
Gonna crack my knuckles in front of him and say, "What's the matter? Too coward to show up yourself?"
No, I'm just busy, as I am.
Then why bother at all?
Well, you see, I really... At first, when we met, I did respect you. But as time went on, and as you kept interfering with my plans, I've come to the conclusion that I really don't like you at all.
The feeling's mutual. Trust me.
And I don't hold that against you.
Hey, Dova, I'm there too, right? I mean, I know I'm there, but I'm actually listening, right? I'm not. Am I busy?
At this point, things would have quieted down enough for you to kind of glance back and see that, yeah, one of Sigma's avatars is currently just sort of calmly talking with your party.
Oh, hey, there you are. I'm gonna run up and pull an envelope and say, "Hey, this got lost in the mail the other day. I couldn't figure out a way to get it to you in time."
You
It's an
came into
envelope with
my
a big return to sender on it.
you came into my home and slaughtered my people.
Oh, he reaches down, grabs it, looks it over. You think he raises an eyebrow, before he kind of one of his fingers retracts as a small penknife extends as he cuts it open, unfolds it.
Show
Is it
off.
actually addressed to him?
Yeah, it's an invitation, but I was able to get. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. It was a +5 that I was able to order for, and obviously we have 4 people here. And Yark is gonna wink to the robot and say, "A good chef always keeps every bridge unburned," and he's gonna go back to cooking.
Well, that's an actual surprise.
Yes. So, Sigma,
Hmm.
since we're, we've done this tuffle before, what is this? We keep meeting up, you keep stalking. Like, if you wanted to, start a relationship, you kind of have to go through my wife on that one. I know you can't stay away from me.
And no, I mean technically you're in charge of that. You're technically head priest.
Oh, I am. So
Yep.
he smiles wide. It's been eventful since the last time we've met.
Well, as much as I wish that we never met ever again, it seems whatever my goals are keeps seeming to always just bring me in close proximity to you all.
So why don't you just give us your plan, since we kind of get there anyway, and we just kind of be on the same page.
And
Well,
whatever
I'm
empty
afraid-
threat you want to make.
I'm afraid that you won't quite like where my plan is going,
No.
since it will involve the annihilation of possibly everything that you enjoy and love. I can understand that you likely want to interfere with those plans, so I'm going to stay tight-lipped about it.
Sir's just gonna go, oh, even my train snacks?
Even your train snacks.
Oh, you
The
bastard.
trains, the nations, Sharn itself. Reduced to
I
ash.
swear we've heard this before.
He's monologuing, baby.
Well, yes, I am monologuing.
You just don't know how to please a girl, do you? You keep talking big, but you never deliver.
I can give you some pointers.
Well,
I
I
don't
would
know.
appreciate that, but I don't really have any interest in, well,
His first
dating,
introduction was putting a bomb in our tavern and blowing me out a window, so I'd say it was a pretty good first introduction. Oh, you weren't there for that. I'm sorry.
Well, those were very fun times.
Mm,
It was a lot simpler then.
yes.
Well, I'm afraid I must be going. We are planning very big things.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Oh, speaking of door, do you like teleport back to your guy, or does the projection just go away, or? Because like last time they kind of smash you to pieces. I'm not sure how you go back normally.
I'm sure an artificer like you could figure things out. Oh, and my regards to the chef. It's clear that by how everyone reacted, you did a very well job.
I mean, so much.
That being said, this is personal, and I will enjoy this very much. So please enjoy the rest of your night. So he is going to... Oh, I have one more thing. Reach into his pouch and using a scroll very swiftly, fling it out as you hear, as everyone, I think... Hold on. I need everybody to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I saw a 19.
Bazinga?
Bazinga.
I don't think my dice roll has been higher than a 8 tonight.
So,
All your dice rolls are going to be your one true god.
Bazinga.
those of you who rolled below a 15, so that is DeSoda and Zerth,
I give the doggo a look.
you as the drunkenness is still actually it probably would have faded by now, but as you feel a kind of wave of emotion sort of pass through the whole room, as you hear or you see quite a few of the other patrons kind of rub their temples for a bit, as those of you who failed are filled with a single compulsion. Zerth and DeSoda, you are affected by the mass suggestion to riot. As everybody starts to get out of their chair, flip tables, and throw shit all over the place, I think that's where we'll end this session.
Cast the fireballs.
Are you going straight for the kills, Earth?
For Sigma?
No, I mean, you've been told to riot.
Oh, he's not doing that. If he's not doing anything half-assed, he never does anything half-assed. He partied full ass tonight. He is going hog deep. Level 6 fireballs shattered. We will find out next time.
We will find out next time on Ballroom
Aw,
Blitz
but-
Z.
I don't want to end the session here.
It's getting late. I'm getting tired. I'm getting thirsty. And I think an entire ballroom Blitz session is going to be pretty fun.
Is my dragon dance partner under the effect?
That's a great question. You haven't checked yet, but you think so, since he looks pretty angry.
Oh, we're gonna rage together.
I mean, he could also just be pissed that this is happening.
True. It's rage against the abalone.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure the dragon is safe from mass suggestion, considering he'll have legendary resistance.
If he is a dragon, that is.
If he is, yeah. Yeah. I will be in. Why am I the one that's not rioting? Why did I roll the natural 20?
Right? You'd think it would be the opposite.
I'm gonna
Dusty.
have to slap surf.
Dusty
Silly
just
when
refuses. Anything that Sigma says, no. If he told Dusty, be calm, he would explode.
Yark's probably too tired to be writing.
I don't know. I had such a hard day yesterday. I'm really not feeling it. Sorry. Just not really.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
we're gonna wrap
everyone,
up.
thank you all so much for joining us this evening for Echoes of Eberron Dungeons and Dragons. We will be back, or we are going to be back next week, I believe, with more. I will be back tomorrow. We'll see what I'm streaming tomorrow. Are we doing every week for Tales of Miralith, Dusty?
No, we're back to 2
Okay.
weeks now that you've finally done that content I was waiting for you guys to do.
Okay, so yeah, we are not going to be back with Tales of Miralith tomorrow. So instead, I will probably be doing some more Fate. Do check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those good things there on the website, as well as down in the description below. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of all of you that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you guys. I really could not do it without your support. Speaking of support, do consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. I am streaming full-time now, but I cannot continue to do so without your support, so consider becoming a patron and making sure these keep coming. But for now, thank you for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Goodbye, everybody.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Bye-bye!
Wait for it.
Bye, everyone.